to take on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks for the very first time. Last time Jamestown had a team, they walked away with a PGCBL championship. That was 3 short years ago. Before we get into too much of the pregame show, my name's John Clement, alongside my good friend and longtime color commentator George Stockberger, thankfully joining us from WETM. George, welcome back to historic Dunfield.
It's great to be back here at Dunfield. We missed it last year, obviously. I got to do the little climb of death back up here into the box. The sun's out. Not too many clouds out in the sky. It's a beautiful day for baseball, John.
Sun's out, guns out. The players certainly looking ready to get things going and maybe show a little bit of muscle. We'll have to see. They were able to come away on a 2-game winning streak after losing the home opener here to the Batavia Muck Dogs just a couple of nights ago. And, George, it's always interesting here at historic Dunfield, but these games, Robbie Nichols has an invested interest in both of those teams. They're going to meet 15 times this year. You have to imagine those are going to be competitive matchups all the way through.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about being enforcers, all those teams that you have to play all the time, when you're thinking about guys like Watertown, now you're going to be facing Batavia just as much as you were facing guys like the Wolves. So it should be an interesting series. You're going to see a lot of the same guys over and over again. And, it'll even up on both sides. You're going to see a lot of their pitchers. They're going to see a lot of our pitchers and kind of learn off of each other.
Well, and you hope this can have a happier ending than back in 2019, the last time you and I were lucky enough to do baseball. The Pioneers were unable to come away with a playoff victory, did make the first round, took a lead into the bottom of the 9th, but just couldn't get the job done. We'll have to see if they're able to fix that here this season. Want to remind everybody our pregame show brought to you by our good friends at J. Schultz Massage. Just because it isn't the 7th inning doesn't mean you don't need to stretch. Go where the Pios go, to J. Schultz Massage at 100 North Main Street, Suite 407. Jessica has all the latest and greatest techniques to keep you ready to get in the game. So whether you're in the starting lineup or you need to come out of the bullpen, call or text 607-259-3660 to be ready for any game day situation. J. Schultz Massage, keeping your Elmira Pioneers playing on and off the field. Speaking of on the field, George, look at that stadium today. The beauty of the field, as we heard from several fans, it's the best it's looked in quite a few years. And a lot of credit to the ground crew as Kane Cowper, our maintenance guy, and, well, really, Checkall, because he does it all. Zamboni during the hockey season. He's got the, that is the Tesla, as he calls it, that he helps to put the ice in over there at First Arena. And now using it to keep this field looking beautiful. And I got to tell you, even from 2 years ago, this is really the best this field has looked in quite a long time.
Oh, yeah, and especially, I mean, you think about it, it hasn't really been played on all that much in the last 2 years. You had a couple high school games and a couple local college games that were played. But, again, it's been a while since this field's really been used. And like you said, they put a lot into it.
And you love to see that. And hopefully we'll be in for some more good news today. Of course, Batavia took on these Tarp Skunks yesterday, and it's going to take some time for me to get used to saying. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks have started off fairly well, a 2-0 record after coming away with a 12-10 victory last night. Hopefully, Robbie Nichols, who was up in Batavia, had some tips for Coach Andy Drumm, as these guys certainly put a hurting on Batavia. Anytime you see 12 on the scoreboard, you got to be a little bit concerned, because that means there's some powerful offense coming.
Oh, absolutely. And when We're talking about this league. There's a lot of guys, when you look across the rosters, there's some of the best coming out of their state, the best coming out of the college ranks. You got guys coming out of the SEC, guys that have played locally across New York. So, there's a lot of talent in this league. There's guys that end up getting drafted into the major leagues. There's guys that play with major league talent guys. So, there's definitely a lot of names that we're going to have to keep an eye on this season.
And we'll have to see what the Pioneers can do here tonight. We will talk about the matchups when we come back. But first, it's time to head down to Andy Drumm and Coach's Corner. You're listening to the Pioneers here on Mixlr.com. Of the season, you guys had a brand new opponent night in the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. The very first time you're going to see them. What are you telling the boys today, especially with a 4:05 start?
The big thing is just to stay up, different start time. It's as a ball player, we get used to being in a routine, so it's a little bit different starting 3 hours earlier, but the big thing is just keeping the boys motivated and keeping them hungry.
Now we've got to look at the Tarp Skunks last night. They really took it to the Batavia Muck Dogs. 12 runs on the board. Batavia was able to scratch across 10, however, so maybe some pitching things to take advantage of. I do have to ask, and I know uniforms aren't usually a part of a discussion when you come to think about it, but that full black that they were wearing last night, especially in the night sky, the way Dunfield sits, are you worried about that at all with the white against it when getting the batters up there and possibly having some vision issues?
No, I don't think it should be an issue, especially with a 4 o'clock game. I'm hoping the sun and the lighting don't come into effect. By about 7 o'clock, that sun gets pretty bad on the left side of the field for a third baseman and for our left fielder, but I don't think it should come into play today.
Good. Now, that being said, Jamestown has had 2 years to put a team together. We kind of talked about this back with the Batavia series. They were rushed. Jamestown is getting their first kick at the can and really has had a good long look. These programs have been very, very good before. They won a championship a couple of years ago. What are you expecting from the Tarp Skunks here tonight?
I mean, they're probably hungry to be on the field too, having 2 years off and getting this program ready. I think they're going to show up here and be ready to play. So we're excited to play them. First time seeing the new team, new coaching staff, and it should be a good game tonight.
Now that we've gotten today out of the way, I got to reflect on last night a little bit. A reliever pitching 5 innings is not something you're used to seeing at any level. Getting that kind of production out of a player, again, we talked about it a couple of days ago about Reese Yeomans, getting that out of a Corning Community College, basically last-minute phone call, if you will. What did that do for the team? What does it do for you as a manager, knowing that you've got that kind of talent locally?
I mean, it's awesome that these 3 temp guys have stepped up and really played well for us. Sammy Polanco laid down a great bunt last night to get in a run. Reese Yeomans had a bases clearing double, drove in all 3 runs. It was awesome, put us back in the lead. And Kevin Serrano came out, and it's funny, after his 3rd inning, I talked to Ben Shore. I said, do you think he's got anything left? He says, oh yeah, coach, let him keep going. So we just kept sending him back out there. His pitch count didn't get up too high. I didn't expect to pitch him 5, but he seemed like he was gaining steam as the game was going on, so we just left him out there, and he ate up some innings and did a great job.
I was just going to say, usually a starter comes in, they have their best stuff in the first couple of innings. In this case, it would have been the 4th and 5th inning, and he's striking out the side both times he's out there. When you look at that kind of success, does it give you questions about whether or not he might be someone you want to look at in your starting 5?
So yeah, we actually talked about this as a coaching staff last night, that eventually we would like to work him into a starting role. If he can eat up 5 or 6 innings every time he goes out there, we would love to have him in a starting role.
Now, that being said, obviously tomorrow's an off day, so when you look at the bullpen, does that make more people available, especially after only really going to the pen one time last night?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. Our bullpen's set and ready to go. A lot of these guys didn't get a ton of innings this spring, so they only want 1 or 2 at a time. And that's where it's nice with Kevin. He threw 60-plus innings at Corning this year, so his arm is in shape to throw like that. Same thing with Chris Mattoon yesterday. He threw 48 or 49 innings at Alfred State, so some of these guys are in midseason form right now.
Now, you got your first baseman in yesterday that you were waiting a little while ago. Now you've got some more players coming in today. I saw the roster already. We've got some new names in there as well. As you continue to get guys in, how does that change what you're doing on a day-to-day?
I mean, we're just trying to get everyone their bats early on. So it's nice getting some of these new guys in there, filling some of the holes. I mean, we've been putting a catcher in the outfield every single day. And actually, Ben and Gil have done a great job out there. So, I mean, it's just nice trying to shape this defense up. I mean, we haven't allowed a lot of earned runs this year, 4 of them maybe. So, I mean, once that defense comes together, we're going to be very tough to beat.
When you talk about the defense, and it's a defense first program, really, when you look at it, you've got to be able to defend. And you look at a team like Jamestown scratching across 12 runs last night. When you talk about defense and think about that, what are you looking for from a team like that? Obviously, Batavia, smaller fences, all of that. I'm not sure that any home runs were hit, but I'm got to put that out there anyway. When you see 12 runs, that's an impact. So what do you guys have to do to prevent them from getting off on the right foot here tonight?
I mean, a lot of our bullpen guys like to just pitch to contact, If we can pitch to contact, get ground balls, weak fly balls like we did last night, we're going to be very successful as a team. The best part with our bullpen right now is they all want the ball all the time. I mean, I have 4 or 5 guys every single inning, coach, I'm ready, coach, I'm ready, coach, I'm ready. So it's kind of trying to keep them on a leash and hold them back. It's nice to have those guys hungry and ready to go.
So more of an Andy Pettit mentality, let him hit the ball and make the play in the outfield?
Yes.
All right. Well, before I let you go, one last question here tonight. Obviously, the fan support helped a little bit last night. We heard the fans getting rowdy, a little bit better than the Thursday night game. And We're projecting to be a little bit even better here today on a Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon baseball in the summer just feels natural here in Elmira. What's it like to get these guys out here in front of this hometown crowd?
A lot of these guys are really excited. I mean, some of these guys have only played in front of 40, 50 people. So even last night's crowd with 1,200 or whatever we had, it's really exciting for these guys. I know Chris was really nervous taking the mound last night. He's never pitched in front of more than probably 100 kids. So it's exciting. These guys are having a good time going out in front of this crowd and keeping them loud the whole game.
Here's hoping they can do it again tonight. We'll be back here on the pregame show.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah! Grapefruit.
Blood orange, blueberry.
Got it.
Oh! Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
All right, and welcome back in here to historic Dunn Field. And George, the lineups are set. The managers are having their pregame conference with the men in blue, and even the umpires not chancing the dark colors today. Contrary to the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, will be clad in full black attire. A little bit warm here on a Sunday afternoon. Not sure how well that's going to last over the course of 9 long innings.
Yeah, that's not a good look when you're playing in the high 80s out here. Not going all black. Not going all black.
A little tough to read those blue numbers, but I'll tell you, it's a sharp-looking logo for the Tarp Skunks. We'll have to see how they do this season in their first year in the PGCBL as the foul lines are getting done. And
oh, we got the critters back, John.
We do. Oh, wow.
That's a big one.
That is a big one. Well, it is.
I'll let you handle that one.
What did we call it a couple years
forget.
ago? Safari?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Oh, he's getting around on the cords here, so we'll get him here in a second.
All kinds of entertainment here at Dunn Field.
Never a dull moment anywhere we go, is there, George?
Primitive creatures still lurk in this place.
But again, this will be the first time these two teams meet, as the Pioneers, big winners last night on a comeback from down 4-0. They came all the way back to win 7-4. And they have had some trouble right around the 3rd and 4th inning, so something to be aware of as we watch this one. The pitching staff, well, I got to tell you, it's not even complete yet, George, and they've been very, very good. We got 5 innings of relief out of 1 pitcher last night. And, hey, the attention has to be given because he was absolutely stellar. And that pitcher, Kevin Serrano, from local Corning Community College, he's a freshman, managed to throw 5 innings and strike out the side in the last 2 innings. You'd barely see the strikeout of the side one time here in the PGCBL. Back-to-back innings, that was impressive.
It's impressive, and like you said, a lot of a local guy doing it, too, coming out of Corning Painted Post. We got our Corning Community College. We do have guys from Corning Painted Post. We got guys from Ithaca. So we got a lot of local talent here on this Pioneers team. I almost said enforcers there.
Well, we've got the homegrown talent. We've got a lot of D1 talent that's making their way in over the course of this young season. But again, the fact of the matter is we're about to be 4 games into this season, a 46-game season, I believe. As you look at that, you're already getting your way through, almost a quarter of the way through after this week is over. So when you think about that, only 8 weeks all pieced together. The Pioneers, they set lofty goals. We heard Andrew Drumm talk about it back in Coach's Corner. A 30-win expectation, not goal. 30-win goal. That's a lofty expectation, but also something that in this year feels very doable.
Yeah, again, especially we're talking about playing Batavia a lot over and over this season. This is a team, again, it's a completely different team from 2 years ago, with the exception of a couple guys who ended up coming back. But that team, they got into the playoffs. They weren't a 500 team, but they still got into the playoffs. They were competitive. So, like we said, there's a lot of young guys. A lot of these guys, they're 19, 20, 21 years old. If you're 22, you're a veteran on this team, in all honesty. So there's a lot of talent here. A lot of guys looking to try and make a name for themselves and live up to a lot of the hype that they've gained in the perfect game, and a bunch of the travel teams coming up. So, like we said, there's a lot of talent that ends up coming through this field.
Well, you also look at the other side, and again, no slouch in Jamestown. A couple of years ago, they were champions of this league, so you know that they feel some lofty expectations out there. You know the fans have high expectations in Jamestown, so it'll be interesting to see how the Pioneers can handle that, as I'm just looking and seeing JTP is the abbreviation for Jamestown, so I guess that's what we're going with, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Thought it would be JTS, but there it is. Jamestown Tarp Skunks getting ready for their first matchup with Elmira. Jamestown was never the kind of place that the Pioneers liked to go. They always had a lot of difficulty on the road out there. I never got the chance to experience it myself in my time here with Can USA Sports, but we'll get the chance later this week. I believe it's Friday afternoon that we'll be headed out on the long drive out to Jamestown, New York, and get my first look at the field out there. And, well, again, hasn't always been a pleasant place to play. Too many PLs in that sentence, George. But they will make the best of it. And this is a team, you hate to say it, you brought up age, George. Maybe too young to know better is the right phrasing there, but there's no fear in that dressing room. Those guys are coming out there looking to make an impact and trying to start their summer off the right way.
Of course, a lot of these guys we talk about are coming from all over the country, trying to make a name for themselves. We talk about the guys coming up from places like Auburn, and all the way we said a lot of local guys too. So there's a lot of guys, like I said, trying to prove themselves. They've had lofty expectations ever since the young circuit days when they're 10, 12, and now up here as either teenagers or early 20s. So a lot of guys trying to make a name for themselves, trying to get into the draft world. Honestly, there's a lot of guys who they're not necessarily going to be high first round picks necessarily, but there's going to be a lot of guys who get taken in the middle of a draft who maybe do end up signing with a team and get into that minor league system.
Well, we just saw that too. A guy from a couple of years ago, Rodriguez, just signed on this last year, and he made his debut in AAA yesterday. So congratulations to him. They call him J-Rod down there in the locker room, and they still talk about him here to this day. So congratulations to him as he goes on a free agent contract to the LA Angels AAA system. I'll tell you, these guys are not that far away. This is players you could see in MLB uniforms in the next couple of years. So as we get set for the first pitch, of course, it's always a fun time to talk about the history. But as we get set for this one, afternoon baseball, I talked about it with Andrew Drumm. It's just different, especially after getting out of the gate 3 straight games at 7:05. You wonder what kind of impact this is going to have on both of these squads, getting their first glimpse of afternoon baseball, especially under the hot heat of the sun after playing a long spring ball that, let's be honest, even for the southern kids didn't get as hot as it normally does.
No, and I mean, at least it's 4 o'clock start, not a 1 o'clock start coming off of the 7:05 game. So that's always nice. You're not playing, a true matinee game like when they play those noon or 1 o'clock games. So as we finally get the lines painted here, ever so slowly. So it'll be interesting to see how guys kind of bounce back from those late games and playing here in the sun. Especially we talked about Jamestown playing with those all-black uniforms.
It's got to be
comfortable.
No, you're 100% right on that. As we get closer and closer to game time, we'll turn it over to the in-house PA and let them take over. When we come back, first pitch. Once more, just a reminder that just because it's not the 7th inning doesn't mean you don't need to stretch. Go where the Pios go, to Jay Schultz Massage at 100 North Main Street, Suite 407. Jessica has all the latest and greatest techniques to keep you ready to get in the game. So whether you're in the starting lineup or you need to come out of the bullpen, call or text 607-259-3660 to be ready for any game day situation. Jay Schultz Massage, keeping your Elmira Pioneers playing on and off the field. as always, a wonderful tribute to our nation, as only they can do here at historic Dunn Field in Georgia. It never fails to be something awe-inspiring, and much thanks to Can USA Sports for putting on such an amazing pregame show as always.
Now we just got to get the bikes off the field, John.
And
There's a lot of bikes out there.
That was a lot of bikes. As we get set for first pitch, and of course a few warm-up pitches for the Pioneers pitching staff. As we share our stream right here on Facebook. And we want to thank everybody for following us on both Facebook, Twitter, and all of our other social media applications as we get set for the first pitch here. And again, everybody still there's a net on the field.
There's also still bikes on the field.
I think she's carrying a skunk. I think that
Oh, boy.
This is an interesting start. We'll clear up the overlay a little bit here to give everybody a good look down here. They called her the Skunk Lady.
That's not a good nickname to have.
Nice pitch just out in front of the mound. Bounced it a little bit, but the catcher tried to return the ball to her, but I guess that's usable now. So
she's got a skunk to deal with, John.
She must. She's got to be rushing off of there, George.
Oh.
So, as we take a look down, starting pitcher for the first time this season for the Pioneers is getting set and ready and loose on the mound as he will take his spot. Again, Logan Jones out of Sanford, the 6'4", 206-pound freshman, is a right-handed pitcher out of Milton, Georgia. He's pitched 9 innings this year and only given up 3 hits and 1 run while tallying 11 strikeouts. After going to Milton High School, he ranked in the top 500 prospects nationally. Fastball tops out about 92, which put him in the 96th percentile amongst pitchers in his year.
Yeah, he's a big strikeout guy. Had a 10-strikeout game a couple years ago coming up. Curve, slider, changeup, and like you said, a fastball coming out of Jones. Like you said, at 6'4", he's a big presence out on the mound out there.
It certainly will be, as, well, the catcher's got to get the ball back to him in a good order, too. I was talking last night about the way this infield is played. We talked a few years ago, and it's hard to believe that it's been that long now, George, but the infield double plays were not something we were seeing prevalently 2 years ago, but here in this season, this infield has been very, very sharp. They communicate well, although a different look tonight as Reese Yeomans moves over into the second base spot. He has been traditionally playing third base over the course of the first 3 games. Peter Theodorelis will move into the third base spot. No surprise at all to anyone who's watched the last couple games over there at shortstop. Nothing much going to change. Donovan Montgomery going to keep his spot there. And, of course, at first base, after starting his first game last night, Aaron Thomas. Out in the outfield, that was last night. Peter Theodorelis has taken over at third base now. But in the field, it's going to be an interesting night, too, as Ben Shore takes to left. Dom Popa out in right field in his first game as a member of the Pioneers, and Chris Erickson retains his spot out there in center field. Erickson, who's been a little more known so far for taking pitches to his arm, honestly. He's taken 5 so far here early on in this season. Getting things started off, leading it off, going to be number 12, Chase Carlson, the shortstop out of Lehigh University. So our first look, the Pioneers winding, delivering up and inside, ball number 1.
And you look at Jones out there, 44 with a high socks. That's Roy Oswald.
A little bit. Pitcher we both shared back in the day. Inside, ball 2.
He's got a little bit more power than Oswald did, but he's got the
Well, by the time you saw him, he was at the end of his career. I got to see him as a young, chipper juvenile, learning from Andy Pettit, Roger Clemens. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and miss, first strike of the night. It's after 4 o'clock. I'm calling it night, George. We're going to go with that. As now again, coming back set. It's funny you point out the high socks. You haven't seen a lot of that this year. In there for strike 2, 2-2.
Especially from pitchers.
No. And you see it back there, Donovan Montgomery rocking it at shortstop, but that's about it. As now again, the wind and the pitch, high, 3-2. Our first full count. It's always nice to have George back in the booth. I get more comfortable up here the more we we have a chance to work together, George. As once again, the wind and the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So the first man reaches base, and that has become a uncomfortable pattern so far for the Pioneers this season. That's going to bring up Luke Turner, the third baseman out of South York College. Just taking a look here at some of the notes I've got. He was a team captain of baseball and ice hockey in high school, 4-year varsity ice hockey player, Central League champion, and a 4-time academic honor roll student. Business major out there at South York College.
He's got the big black socks out there.
Very big. This is a lot of black, as
Yes.
that's low and in the dirt for ball number 1. 1-0. Runner over there on first. Catcher trying to help him out is Gil Murad, trying to settle everything down back behind the plate. The wind and the pitch. Right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. You like to see that.
Yep.
Early in the game, too, it's always hard, especially in the top of the first inning, for pitchers to really get a feel of what they're doing and how they need to move. They get more comfortable as they go, but the wind and pitch, cut on right back up the middle, play for the shortstop, flip to second, over to first, in time, double play. And there's that work I was talking about from the infield, George.
Oh, yeah, Humans did a great job turning that one at second. Taylor made double play there for the defense.
As that's going to bring up Anthony Badala from the Citadel as a sophomore. So we'll see what he can do here. He's appeared in 12 games, starting 5 of them, hit a 2-hit game in a 4-run road loss to South Carolina on April 27th. That's in there for a strike.
And the double play is really the pitcher's best friend, as we saw already, struggling to find the strike zone early on. You get that first guy on base and just roll a beautiful double play.
As now again, try to get this one over after 3 batters. That would be... I liked that one. I don't know. And again, my viewpoint a little different than the man standing behind the dish. Nice warm day up here in the booth.
It always is.
Another ball, 2-1. As we get a good look here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Might be almost time for our first one of the season, George. There's the foul, and that makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, which means we are in a Tioga Down showdown.
We got that back?
Got that back. Got some other fun ones back.
Oh, boy. I saw that one. We got pinned up in here. We got the right name this time for it.
We do. That actually was still hanging here when I came back up as well. Thought you might like that. 2 ball, 2 strike count. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and miss. Strikes out his man. And the Pioneers will head to the bottom of the first, having gotten out of this 1-2-3, not in a normal fashion, but hey, they'll take it. When we come back, Pioneers' first time up at bat.
This is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights, or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
There he is.
everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arnett Health. It's what we do.
New extra.
All right. Well, with that, we are back here live as they're starting the throwdown here, George, and that means it's time for the Pioneers to come up to bat. Leading things off, South Trimble, 6'1", 195-pound sophomore. Easy for me to say. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Trimble has, well, he's been an interesting case so far here in this season.
He's a guy in his young career gotten a lot of hits, a .312 batting average coming into the season, 32 games, 9 doubles, triple, and a home run.
I know he was nursing an injury when he came in here to Elmira, something to do with his arm. He's been pretty limited to just a batting role so far, but has certainly done his job up there at the plate. Takes a look. The wind and the pitch. Bounced in there. 1 ball, no strikes. As the Pioneers get back set. See what Trimble can do here. The wind and the pitch. Cut on right back up the middle. Trimble hustling, but that goes right to the shortstop in time. So a very quick out number 1. As the Pioneers' next man up, Donovan Montgomery. He was something to behold the other night in Batavia. We'll see what he can do here tonight. Montgomery out of Siena College. So not too far away there, George.
No, we've had a lot of Siena College guys.
Certainly have, and we'll see what he can do here tonight. So as Ryan Rafalski gets back set here on the mound. Easy first out. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike that apparently caught the outside corner.
It's an interesting batting stance.
It certainly is.
He's kind of like his upper body's leaning way over. His hands are back behind his ear.
As the wind and the pitch. In there from Rafalski. In there for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. I compared it a little bit to Albert Pujols. Kind of shrinking up that strike zone, bringing the knees real close to the numbers on the chest. Not the throw in there for ball 2. Not quite as big a squat as Pujols.
No, I was about to say Pujols sat a little bit lower.
But it does have the same effect, and that's kind of the closest I could really compare that to.
It's not Craig Counsell. That
no,
was
a little more dramatic in Counsell. As that's another one in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As this umpire giving a little liberally with the strike zone on the outside corner.
He's ready to get out of the sun.
The wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled back. So 1-2. As we want to remind you, anytime you need any auto body repairs, make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber Collision.
And auto glass.
Yes.
As once again, why do they have 2 balls, 2 strikes? I still have 1.
No, I had 2 and 2.
Okay. Well, 3 and 2 now.
3 and 2, I think.
I did have 2 and 2.
I about to say, you said 2 and 2.
3 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out. As the Pioneers looking to get something going here. Bounced in there for ball 4, so the Pioneers will get themselves a base runner as well. Certainly not a bad way to start things off.
Nope.
As coming up, Ben Shore, one of those Auburn players we talked about before. And again, he's a freshman at Auburn, was a product of Columbus High School, and the number 3 catcher in Georgia, according to Perfect Game. As he steps in, he's made a positive impact so far, not only behind the plate, but at the plate as well. Most of his game centered around the plate. As the throw over to check on Montgomery. To be fair, I haven't seen much out of Montgomery in the way of stealing. Certainly does have the speed. You know that entire middle infield is always going to be pretty gifted in the speed department, but the wind and the pitch, a little bit high, 1-0.
He's one of those guys where he's a little bit more productive behind the plate as a guy defensively, a guy who can throw guys out.
Right.
He is at the dish.
As now
quick
again.
throw over.
Another
Let's see.
attempt. I don't.
It must know something about Montgomery.
Not from the first 3 games I've watched, but, you know. Again, perhaps Rafalski has a scouting report that we don't have privy to, as that one's high. And again, the catcher quick to check on Montgomery. Now, I'll give credit. The Pioneers have stolen quite a few bases, but not a ton down there from Montgomery. As now again, Ben Shore. Another throw over. 2 balls have come home, and they've both been out of the strike zone.
He's thrown more balls over to first than he
I was
has
gonna
to have
say,
played in this game already.
There's a lot of concern at first base, and if they keep focusing over there, they're going to move him to second on their own. The wind and the pitch. In there, right down the heart. 2 balls, 1 strike.
This guy's got a very quick motion. You see him when he releases the ball, it's almost kind of behind his ear.
It really is, yeah. As again, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks making their first visit here to Elmira. Cut on and fouled back. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. As again, a beautiful day here at historic Dunn Field. Don't forget to enjoy a wonderful Salen's hot dog, the official hot dog of historic Dunn Field. I believe also the Elmira Enforcers and the Batavia Muck Dogs, too.
What a coincidence.
It is. The wind, the pitch, right down the gut, and he took that one looking, so a backwards K in the scorebook, as that'll be the second out here in the first. So now the question becomes, George, as Cam Hill comes up, as he's never an easy out, but how much focus gets paid to Montgomery now? And is it time to start thinking about the move? Hill, a freshman at Auburn, plays both as a left-handed pitcher and a first baseman. Product of Bob Jones High School. As another throw over there.
I'm about to say, I don't think you have to be too worried about the guy on first with 2 outs already.
I mean,
it's early enough in the game where you're not trying to save runs.
That one's off the outside corner, 1 ball, no strikes. Again, just very, very concerned about base runner. So maybe that's the key for the Pioneers here today, is just put people on. Get this pitcher thinking. And again, quick throw, and that little push-up there after the throw over from Donovan Montgomery. He looked like he almost fell back onto the base there, too. I wouldn't quite call that a slide. As Montgomery gets his lead, takes a look. High, 2 balls, no strikes again. I don't know. They have pitch counts on pitchers, so you wonder if they're counting each one of these throwovers, because I have to imagine, you've got a set number in your head. The wind and pitch. Low, ball 3. So it's a 3-0 count. You wonder if Cam Hill gets the green light. As he takes a look. Ryan Rafalski checks the runner again. I mean, Montgomery was barely 2 feet off the bag at that point, too. I could understand if he's taking a massive lead, but he hasn't gotten out far enough to consider it massive at any point. That's in there right down the gut. So a 3-1 count. Hill clearly taking all the way. And now the Pioneers trying to get something started in the inning. Nobody's had a hit yet here in this first inning. The pitch, cut on, drilled towards third underneath the glove, and that's going to be the first hit of the game as Cam Hill puts one up on the scoreboard there, and we'll have runners at first and second. Hill goes 1 for 1, and that'll bring up Aaron Thomas. Thomas, who got his debut yesterday as the Wofford freshman came in, utility player. He came in and really made an impact there playing first base. Thomas is 6'2", 215-pound freshman. 4-year starter at first base for Boiling Springs High School. As a junior, he batted .283 with 19 RBIs.
Another one of those perfect game All-Americans.
Certainly was. See that a lot in this
Yep.
perfect game collegiate baseball league. I wonder if there might be a correlation there. Cut on, swung right towards the second baseman. Easy play, and that'll do it. So they're able to keep things going there for a minute, but the very next pitch brings us to the top of the second. As I do apologize about that. I just saw that the signage was up throughout the whole thing. I really want to apologize to our fans over there on the YouTube stream, as I just saw that note, so I do apologize again. When we come back, we will make sure we shrink that down, get the scoreboard back up, and my humble apologies one more time. So we'll get that straightened out, and I do truly apologize for that. We'll be back after this.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah. Grapefruit.
Blood orange, Barry.
Got it.
Oh! Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years' experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverage. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook, at the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, and with that, we are back as the Pioneers go back to the field. The wind and the pitch in there for strike number 1. And again, just wanted to give an apology for that scoreboard error. I was unaware it was going on, and we've got it straightened out now. So we'll be good for you guys for the rest of the game. Once again, my apologies.
Come on, John.
I know, I'm still adapting to this software, and I truly do love it, but it did create a little bit of an issue there. So my apologies as we go to a 1-1 count. As again, the wind, the pitch misses down low for a ball. 2-0, or 2-1, excuse me. As we get set one more time, the wind and the pitch cut on and fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As once again, we want to remind you to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision
and auto glass. As 2 ball, 2 strike count.
We're going to need a new batter's box on the right-handed side, John.
It's getting pretty messy already, and nobody's come around to score, George. The wind and the pitch. Low and outside. 3 ball, 2 strike count. That means we're going to see another payoff pitch here. As we heard that one a lot the other night in Batavia. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, dribbled towards the foul line, and will get out of play. 3 ball, 2 strikes once again. As going back to work, this is Justin Bowers. He's out of North Carolina Central, playing first base. He was redshirted last year. This year went 10 for 49 with a 204 average. Did have 2 home runs, 10 RBIs in 17 games. The wind and the pitch hits him. So that'll send another runner to first to start an inning. And George, we're developing a pattern here.
We are. Hopefully we keep the double play pattern that we got in the first, but first batter on once again.
And that means we are going to see the 5th batter in the lineup, Colby Avon, the designated hitter out of Nova Southeastern. So he steps up. And again, for the Pioneers pitching staff, it's going to be about response. Logan Jones goes back to work. The wind, the pitch, high over the catcher's head, and that's going to advance the runner. And the big problem here for Pioneers catching staff is the backstop is not exactly like most fields. It's set back almost 60 feet. And that is, if that ball bounces back there, you're going to be running for a little bit.
You are, and that's something that the opposing teams are going to have to learn because, again, the ball gets away. There's a whole bunch of room back there. Like you said, there's a potential. He kind of looked towards third as well because there's so much space to work with behind the plate.
As that one's thrown outside, 2 balls, no strikes. So, again, we wait. A long look. Check back towards second. The line and the pitch. Off the outside corner again. 3 balls, no strikes here. So 3-0 count. Nobody out. Runner already in scoring position. And the pressure is on for Logan Jones here in his first start of the season. Jones checks the runner at second. The line and the pitch. On the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike. You always wonder on those if they how confident the manager is in the guy at the plate. If they're going to give him the green light, you know something good should be coming, but every now and again you'll see something dipping away, and now the man at second tried to start the run, checking on it, the fake throw, the tag, and that will catch the runner. So a big play there. Nice read. As coming up big was Logan Jones. He stepped off the mound, went right towards the runner at second, and clears the bases. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out after a pretty intimidating count to start off the top of the second.
Good job by Bauer. You get into scoring position with no outs. He kind of took an early jump there before the wound-up even start from the pitcher, and not a good play there as that one goes wild. And he could have ended up on third at this point.
Certainly could have. So a base on balls as Avon takes his trip down. Second time this inning. So we'll have an out, but we'll once again have a runner sitting on first base. And that's going to bring up the 6th batter in the lineup, Johnny Campes out of Wagner. He's a junior, so as you said, George, this one would be one of those veterans in the rosters here in the PGCBL. Out of Rising Sun High in Northeast Maryland. The line and the pitch. Outside again, squirts away from the catcher, and this is going to be an interesting watch because a couple nights ago, when we took a look at this roster, Murad absolutely played out of his mind in Batavia. Just unbelievable ability to keep the ball in front of him, and it's never more important than here at historic Dunn Field, where the backstop, as we already said, 60 feet back. Uncomfortable to say the least, as the runner is off and going. That was a ball. Pitch up, and Yeomans can't make the... he had to jump in the air to get that one. So the runner's going to move to second. It's a 2-0 count, and we're back in the same situation that we were in with no outs, with 1 out. The nice thing, though, and I got to give credit, Reese Yeomans jumped up and grabbed that ball. That could have ended up about 60 feet out into center field. The line and the pitch, cut on, drilled towards the shortstop, scooped up quickly, thrown to first, and an easy play there. And that is what we were talking about Donovan Montgomery. He has been a very special player here in the early part of the season for the Pioneers. Really great in that shortstop position.
That was just silky smooth over there. First, he threw the ball on the run, which I was kind of thinking, that's scary. Anytime you see a shortstop throw on the run, you feel like you have time to set his feet. He took a couple extra crow hops before he threw the ball, but it was a good play.
As Mark Tucker makes his way out to the batter's box, the wind and the pitch, in there for strike number 1.
Nope, we're calling strikes again, John.
As I said, the strike zone in the first few games of the season has really seemed to fluctuate, George, and I'm not sure if it's giving the pitchers a little bit of an issue figuring out what is a ball and what is a strike, but early in the games we've seen it change quite a bit as this one's hammered up towards center field. He's got a look at it. Erickson traveling back, makes the grab. So, 3 outs as we head for the bottom of the second, and again, the Pioneers able to not allow a hit, able to not allow a run. And when they come back, they will be looking to do a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com.
Our love was lost, and now we
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arnett Health. It's what we do.
Hi, this is Marion Decker, and at the
All right, and with that, we are back here live from historic Dunn Field. And again, the bottom of the second inning as the Pioneers trying to get something going. It's really been the third and the fourth where the scoring has occurred in the first few games of the season. But that being said, next man up, Peter Theodorelis, he had an excellent first game on the road, and now he's going to be looking to replicate some of that success here at historic Dunn Field. Last night, not the best of the games for him, but he certainly will be a part of this offense throughout the summer. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and chopped towards left field. That one's going to get foul. So, Theodorella steps back in on an 0-1 count. As I said, Adam Malloy, 5'7", 170-pound senior. Right-handed pitcher and utility player after transferring from Farley Dickinson. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. See, George, you're checking your notes. Anything to add?
Nope.
All right. As he comes back set. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, drilled towards first base. Takes an awkward hop, but the Tarp Skunks gonna get to first base first. So we have an out to start off the bottom of the second. That brings up our first look at Dom Popa. Popa is a 5'11", 170-pound freshman outfielder from the University of Pittsburgh. Helped his high school team win the 2019 WPIAL-AA championship. Well, he had a .450 batting average.
Is that good, John?
.450? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Definitely take that one. The wind of the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. So, stepping back in, Dom takes a look out. The wind and the pitch from Rafalski hits the inside corner, 0-2. So we'll see if Papa can get things going here. Steps back in, Rafalski takes a long look. The wind and the pitch. That one was, I thought it was taken. They check it first, and it is ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strike count. As Papa steps back in, Rafalski stepping back on the mound. He takes the long look down at his catcher. Has his sign. Sets, winds, and deals. Cut on, and Papa's going to put that one foul. Stays inside the park, so not one of those ones we need to talk about in the parking lot.
Nope.
2 ball, 2 strike count. As, again, Papa stepping in. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and dribbled back out towards the pitcher. Rafalski scoops it up and throws to first in time. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Pioneers still with the only hit in the ball game. As that's going to bring up Gil Murad. Murad, again, as I said, has been doing a large part of the defensive side of the play. Now the offense, trying to get something going. He had a little bit of a streak going the other night over in Batavia. The wind and the pitch. In there, a little attempted scoop. tough one for the catcher. 1 ball, no strikes.
Murad's played at Dunfield before. He played for Ithaca College here.
Certainly
Beat Elmira College.
Yes, he did. He was a big part of that as well. Drove in a run on that one. As this year, 4 doubles, 10 RBIs. Certainly would love to expand on that here in the summer. Again, that wood bat league, though, makes some of these plays a little bit more difficult as well, as these players have to adapt. Not quite the same pop as an aluminum bat. The wind and the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. So we're seeing Rafalski get a little bit wild here. So far, neither side touching the end of the order. That one thrown and down in the dirt again, 3-0. Now here's where that question comes up, George. Gil Murad, do you give him the green light? Do you let him sit there and take one, hoping for ball 4?
I mean, the way the offense has been so far, I'm taking it here. That's exactly what
he does. So ball 4, and that means that we have a runner again, 2 innings straight for the Pioneers. So Murad with the base on balls, and that's going to bring up Chris Erickson, the center fielder from Siena. Though Erickson may have been limited with starts this season due to the pandemic, he came out of high school and written up as a hard-hitting third baseman with good feet and athletic movement to the ball. So far this season, though batting just .250, he scored a run and been hit by a pitch. Here in the PGCBL, hit by 5. So you can see the stance. The elbow almost juts out over the plate the way that he stands. So he's a pretty big target down there as well, as that's on the outside corner for strike number 1. No balls, 1 strike. As Rafalski trying to go back to work. Stepping back in. The throw back over to first, and again, Rafalski.
How about it's every other pitch where he's checking the guy over.
And you can even see the footprints on the base path. No one getting very far off of first. Rafalski winds and deals. That one will be a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here.
Guarantee checks the guy back again.
Not yet.
Let's see. Well, he's gone every other so far.
1-1 count. Rafalski comes set. He's coming straight to home on a strike pitch there, as that one hit the inside corner. Again, you don't see too many right down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pioneers trying to keep this inning alive. Erickson looking to get extended through something here. The wind and the pitch. Inside, and 6th time this year. Erickson will go to the base pass via the hit by pitch, despite what the scoreboard just said. So, Erickson earns himself the hit by pitch. Reese Yeomans, who had a heck of a game yesterday, as he really got the Pioneers that win with the double over the head of the third baseman, dribbling into left field. See if he can get something started today. 2 men on, runner in scoring position. Rafalski checking the runner at second. The wind and the pitch is bounced in. 1 ball, no strikes. So a 1-0 count, 2 men out, runners on first and second. A little funny is no one in the middle infield keeping their man checked at second. So they both fake pinching in, but nobody gets close enough to the bag. Rafalski must be wondering what to do down there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. You know he wants to throw over, George. As Rafalski taking his time on the mound now. So we'll see. Reese Yeomans gets back, takes a long look out. The wind and the pitch from Rafalski inside. And 2 balls, 1 strike.
That's to be. I'm thought about it. He kind of flinched like he was going to call it.
I thought he was going to, too. Yeomans, comparatively with the rest of this Pioneers batting order, very far back in the batter's box. Everybody else almost on top of the plate. He stands just about dead center. As the wind and the pitch cut on and popped foul. That one will get out of play, which means we want to remind you once again to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
And with a 2-ball, 2-strike, 2-out count, we have another Tioga Down showdown. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reese Yeomans trying to get something started here. As the step off there from the pitcher Rafalski. Ryan Rafalski.
Likes to take his time out there, John.
Certainly does. As he gets back set. Checks the runner at second, winds, delivers, cut on, delivered, foul, just down the line. 2 balls, 2-strike count. One more time, and both runners were sprinting. As soon as they see connection, you know they're going to be off and running. And if Yeomans can put it down somewhere in the outfield, might see both of them come across to score. Speed is a wonderful thing that the Pioneers have plenty of. Rafalski was over there looking at his third baseman, but I'm not sure he was saying anything. I was trying to see what was happening as he looked over there.
All the outfielders are playing pretty shallow, but center fielders ranging over to his left or right as well.
Certainly is. As the wind and pitch from Rafalski, cut on by Yeomans, dribbled out towards third, chopped down, and that's going to load the bases. Reese Yeomans loads them up with 2 outs as we go back to the top of the order. And again, Yeomans has come up big a couple times already in this short season. And that's going to bring up the top of the order once again. As South Trimble gets a heck of an introduction as he steps back up to the plate, 0 for 1 on the night.
They haven't scored that a hit or an error yet. I mean, I feel like it should have been a ball, but I thought he should have gotten it, but he just kind of knocked it down.
It almost hit off the infield grass, so I have a hard time. They did give him an error. All right, well, we'll have to check with the scorers in the middle innings, but that's in there for a ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
I would have given him the error. It should have been an inning-ending ground out.
I have a hard time faulting
plenty
the third
of places
baseman.
to throw.
There were, but it hit off that grass, so I don't know. So Yeomans reaches on an error. My apologies, as that's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike count. As again, the Pioneers looking to do some damage. Couple runners in scoring position. A runner on first. As the Tarp Skunks trying to work out of danger. The wind, the pitch. In there for strike number 2. As Trimble taking his time.
There's so much room out there in left center field where if you drive one, you're easily going to get 2.
Certainly. You might get all 3 if you put it in the right spot down there out towards that Salem's hot dog sign. As again, Rafalski sets back up. The wind, the pitch, cut on and chopped up. That's going to get into foul territory, and that will stay foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Always an interesting vantage point up here in the booth, George. Nobody's touched the scoreboard. The only hit so far belonging to the Pioneers came from Cam Hill. He's still 3 batters away. Once again, Pioneers trying to keep the bottom of the second going. Rafalski taking a long look in here. He winds and delivers. Cut on, chip towards first, and the play is made as an 0 for 2 goes South Trimble. We will take another break here as we head for the top of the third. Pioneers load the bases but can't put anything across into home plate. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com.
New extra charge hot and iced coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract, because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new extra charge hot or iced coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah! Grapefruit.
Let orange be berry.
Got it.
Oh! Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years' experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, and we are back here at Historic Dunn Field, and George and I just had a conversation with the official scorer.
Very official over there.
It was because of the attempted throw to second that is an error, so our apologies to Reese Yeomans, but again, always interesting here at Historic Dunn Field. As the next man up, DiMaggio Cazares, the right fielder. He steps in, the pitch cut on and missed. Big rip, not taking any chances there. They're looking to get themselves a lead here, George.
Interesting you swing early because we said the first two batters the first batters of the first two innings have all gotten on.
In there for strike two as well. A little confidence coming out here. And now we have to mention Logan Jones was pretty late getting out there to the mound as well.
He had a while to sit down there because the offense was working in that last inning. Big swing
and miss. Strike three. So Jones earns himself a K. And there was no strikeout looking on that one. That was all swing. As Corey Blackburn heads up, he's out of CSU Bakersfield. He was a redshirt sophomore this year.
So he's used to the heat.
Certainly is. Bakersfield will, that'll give you some heat for sure.
Ooh.
Ball, that looked very similar to the location of the strike in the last at bat, but once again, it's about finding the umpire strike zone and working off of it, as that one's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, another Tioga Down showdown.
Smash Mouth going to be there, John?
I believe
they were
they
2
are.
years ago.
I believe they might be coming back soon.
It could be an all-star.
It could be an all-star, as that's in there for a strike. That was a fun one, actually.
It was.
I enjoyed that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You too could be an all-star, seeing Smash Mouth. Yep. I almost forgot that one. The wind and the pitch. That one, they throw it down. The umpire didn't make the signal, but I guess that is a foul-tipped strikeout. The batter walked away, and the umpire hadn't moved yet, so strikeout, so be it. As Justin Bailey heads up, redshirt freshman out of North Georgia, a 2018-19 Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll Presidential Scout. That's a lot of presidentials.
That's a lot of presidential there.
The wind and the pitch from Jones. Cut on, popped up towards right. In very shallow right. Catch is made. And the Pioneers make a quick work 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the third. With that, we'll be back for the bottom of the third here in just a little bit.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arn It Health. It's what we do.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, that one brings back some memories, huh, George? Toyota Venza. We heard that a few times with the overtimes as Donovan Montgomery steps up to the plate. Quick pitch right out of the gate. Montgomery slaps it towards right, gets down. So Montgomery, again, wasting little time as he puts himself on base for the second time and goes 1 for 1. Love those base on balls.
About to just another little flare out to right field.
So Ben Shore from Auburn heads up. He's 0 for 1. Struck out looking back there in the first inning. Pioneers have left 5 men stranded on base so far. Have to manage to put something on here in the bottom of the third. Almost a third of the way through this game tonight, George. The wind and the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes, as Montgomery remembers the aptitude of Rafalski to throw over. Gave him a little deke over there at first base. And Rafalski, I think, might have choked up a little bit as he threw that ball towards home. Now he throws over. And it's George's favorite part of the game.
Yeah. It's like the one thing they got to put a limit on. It's like 2 throwovers per at bat.
Could cause some issues for base running, I would think, as that's outside ball too.
See, what you do is you put a line out in the grass right where the corner goes in.
Mm-hmm.
If a guy stays in between that line, he can't throw over. He goes past that, and you throw over.
Okay. Be interesting to see. George, why don't you give a call to
I'll call Rob Manfred up.
I was going to say, over again.
Because they talk about speeding up the game. All this does is slows it down. You're going to spend 10 minutes in the game at this point just throwing over.
For sure. I don't disagree. Another throw over.
Like, what's the point of that? The outfielders are even sitting now.
Well, out there in left field, we've got a spectator. As now again, Ben Shore looking to get something done here as one more time.
He's way back in the batter's box.
He is. Rafalski steps back in. Rafalski winds and delivers. Cut on and missed by Shore. 2 balls, 1 strike. So again, 2 ball, 1 strike count. Nobody out as Ben Shore trying to provide some offense. Again, the Pioneers have left 5 men on base, so it's going to be necessary to bring some of those guys around, George. That's in their ball 3, 3-1. So 3 ball, 1 strike count. Shore out of Auburn. As I said, got a lot of information on him. He was on the 2018 Junior National Showcase top prospect team. Played and started in 68 games while turning in 9 home runs as another throw over.
This would be a fun drinking game every time you threw over. I don't think you make it past the second inning at this rate.
Well, you know,
they got
we don't have that Labatt Blue
now
sponsorship here, but we do have quite a few other ones.
They got a man stretching in their bullpen right now.
As again, the throw over, and again safe in a 3-1 count.
Right now he's got more throwovers than pitches.
Well, I was talking about that back in the first inning, George. The pitch count has to include those, does it not? I mean, you have to think the guy on the mound has to be charged for those against the pitch count with, I'm sure, his collegiate managers watching on.
Mm-hmm.
They certainly don't want him overtaxing his arm by throwing over. Are you keeping track of this? There's another one.
I mean, I should.
We got to be over 20 at this point.
In this inning?
Maybe I don't think in this inning, but we've got to be over 20 throwovers at this point.
Makes no sense.
It's still taxing on the arm. It's the same, almost the same delivery to home plate, not quite the same velocity, but the wind and the pitch. Now the runner off and going, swing and a miss on the strike, and dives in, and he's safe. Stolen base. So it's a 3-2 count with a runner at second now, as Donovan Montgomery earns himself a stolen base.
He did a good job sliding towards the back of the bag. The throw was a little short to the
second baseman, yeah.
The second baseman had to kind of reach out and pull it back in.
Worked to the Pioneers' advantage. As now Ben Shore in a position to do some offense here. We'll have to get the name on that pitcher warming up for you. The wind and the pitch. In there for strike 3, so Shore will strike out.
Second time looking, you struck out.
It is. So 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts looking, and that'll bring up Cam Hill, who's already put bat on ball here today. Has himself a single on the day. As we get set for another batter coming in. So as we get set, the first pitch is cut on, driven over towards third, and that will be a quick out.
I believe that's number 9 warming up.
As we try to do some research here. So 1 for 2 goes Cam Hill, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Aaron Thomas. All right, so we've got Aaron Hare warming up down in the bullpen for the Tarp Skunks.
He stopped warming up, by the way.
As he now has concluded his warm-up session, and here comes the manager. So perhaps Hare heading in?
Well, right now he's leaning over the fence.
No, just a little discussion. As the time out at the mound... Wow, that was a weird way to say mound. Mm-hmm. Mound. As Thomas up. Again, 0 for 1 on the day so far. Would love to come through here. The Wofford freshman. 16 RBIs as a sophomore in high school. 19 back as a junior. He also played quarterback on the football team, member of the National Honor Society. A lot of these players having such a distinct honor as members of the National Honor Society. Not only great athletes, but great human beings as well. Make sure you stop on down to Dunn Field and meet some of our great athletes, as that's in there for strike 1.
I saw a lot of them out there in the parade last week.
They were.
Good to see.
Was a fun time. Had a pretty good spot for that myself, George.
I saw.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As again, the Pioneers have 2 hits on the board, the only ones with crooked numbers in the runs or hit column, as that one's fouled off for strike 2.
McBride is now sat down in the bullpen.
So the Pios trying not to strand another runner. As once again, a runner in scoring position. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The wind and pitch from Rafalski, cut on, driven out towards center. Center fielder took a step back, and now coming in, he'll make the grab. And 3 outs here in the bottom of the third. We've got a scoreless game heading into the top of the 4th. As the Tarp Skunks coming up, the Pioneers headed to the field. We'll be back here on Mixlr.com.
Extra charge hot and iced coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract, because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new extra charge hot or iced coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Give me a blue light lime.
Yeah! Grapefruit.
Blood orange, me berry.
You got it.
Oh! Barry, you son of a bass. We've been through this. No thumbs. Just yanking your hook. Oh, good. When you're at the lake, you drink Labatt. That's lake law.
Hi, this is Marion Decker.
All right, well, we are back here at historic Dunn Field, here for the top of the 4th inning. And the man leading it off, once again, is Chase Carlson. Had a base on balls earlier. As the wind in the pitch. Cut on and fouled back. That one's going to reach the parking lot. And that means we need to remind you one more time to make that right decision.
Insist on Gerber Collision.
Our good friends over there at Gerber, thank you so much.
They also got auto glass, John.
They do have auto glass. A great point, George.
Yes. That's what I do here, John.
Well, it's much appreciated as that one's cut on right down the first base line, and that will get foul. So, no balls, 2 strikes, as that one was looking a little dangerous. Logan Jones, I'll tell you what, he's been very, very impressive for these first 3 innings. No runs, no hits. Pioneers haven't had an error, so a couple of walks, but aside from that, the wind and pitch from Jones, cut on, popped up towards center. Erickson has the read, makes the catch. So a very quick out number 1. And as we talk about very quick, thinking back to that top of the 3rd, that's about what you like to see if you're the pitcher.
Right, the back-to-back strikeouts, maybe a quick fly ball. You'll take that inning, John.
Certainly will.
As long as it's the Pioneers pitcher doing it.
Of course. Luke Turner, of course, turned a double play back in the 1st, as he's 0 for 1 on the night. The pitch, high, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 count for Turner. As again, 0-0 game as that one's bounced in. 2 balls, no strikes. Here in the top of the 4th, we're already through a third of this game, and nobody's been able to find that home plate area yet.
Including the umpire.
2-0 count. Cut on, chip towards 3rd, and that's going to get through for a hit. The first one of the game for the Tarp Skunks. So, Luke Turner goes 1 for 2, earns himself the single, and that'll bring up Anthony Badala, the extra hitter, 0 for 1 on the day.
As the sun comes out here.
That one's never a fun appearance, as the fielders hopefully all have their sunshades on. I know George is expertly decorated with the Ray-Bans up here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
12 games, starting 5 of them. Badala, 2-hit game back in a 4-run road loss to the powerhouse South Carolina. Finished the season batting .261. The pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. As again, the Elmira Pioneers looking to keep a streak going. It's a long afternoon, but I'll tell you what, the Pioneers, they constantly try to find a way to victory. And so far this season, a 2-1 record. They've done a very good job of it as the home plate umpire called time. I must admit, I'm a little bit impressed with these Jamestown Tarp Skunks in those full black uniforms. That has just got to be killer right now. Coming back set, the Pioneers wind and deliver bounced in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and George, that gives us another.
Tiger down, showdown.
There we go.
Yep.
Didn't have you do that 2 years ago. I figured, why the heck? We'll try something new. Keeping it fresh for the people at home, George. The line and the pitch. Outside, gets by, and that will advance the runner on a pass ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. So the pass ball advances the runner, and Badala now has a runner in scoring position. I wonder, especially when now with the new rules and changing to 10 eligible batters, this extra hitter designated hitter position, what that does to a manager when they're trying to put together the lineup, as that one goes outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. I mean, you wonder about things like that, especially, we were talking earlier when the Pioneers were up about some players battling some injuries at the end of the season. As Jones checking back there, he had the second baseman creeping in, whining, pitching, fouled off, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2-1.
It's interesting because talking about the 10th man, you think of a National League lineup, the late guys are usually your light hitting center fielder, your pitcher.
Right.
You think about the American League a lot of times with the DH, the 9th guy is almost like an extra leadoff man.
It is, yeah.
So it's interesting how they have to kind of turn these 10-man lineups.
The line and the pitch. In there, inside. Ball 4. So, with 1 out, runners now stand on first and second on the base on balls. So, that's going to bring up the first baseman now. As Justin Bowers heads up, he was hit by a pitch in his first appearance. We've seen that a time or two. Might have mentioned that.
Hasn't been the most accurate, John.
So 1 out. A hit in this inning. The first one for the Tarp Skunks, as that's in there for a strike. 0-1. Would not be a bad time to see those middle infielders working together again.
Nope.
Would love to see that turn too.
Pitcher's best friend.
Certainly is.
Broadcaster's best friend, too.
The line and the pitch, cut on and missed a healthy cut at that one. Well, I'll tell you this, Justin Bowers certainly not going to get cheated on his swing.
I always said he can bring into we're talking about Jones, he can bring high or low 90s.
Yep.
Again, we're seeing him blow a couple guys by so far.
An 0-2 count. As Jones resets. The line and the pitch, cut on and missed. Strike 3, goes down swinging. So, again, I said he wouldn't get cheated. He certainly wasn't there. He put everything he had into that swing, and Jones, well, he welcomed the attempt.
Yeah, 4 strikeouts now here through 4.
Certainly does. Strikeout an inning as Colby Avon, the designated hitter who also had a base on balls his first appearance. Now with 2 runners on, you wonder if he'll be a little more patient. Obviously, you get a runner in scoring position, you want to get aggressive, but taking a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 men out. As again, Jones gets set. Starting to rock a little there. We didn't see that as much back in the first couple of innings. As he starts his delivery, he rocks a little more now when he sets back after getting his sign. Checking the runner at second. Winds and delivers. That one outside. 2 balls, no strikes. What is interesting here, watching, you see Reese Yeomans continuing to pinch back in closer and closer, but you watch the runner on second, he almost gets back behind the bag, trying to get the full view of the field. Interesting position. You normally see the guys walk straight down the line, but no, he's getting way back there and getting himself a good view. I almost wonder if he could pick him off just because of his odd angle. The pitch hit on out towards right field, and that's going to be fair ball, they say. So this is going to score 1. Scores 2. And the ball is thrown back in. So a 2-run double as the Tarp Skunks will touch the board first. And the right fielder didn't like the call. He thought that was A foul ball.
I'm about to say, from our vantage point, it looked like it hit right on the line in the corner on the right-hand side. So, again, it was close, but it's a tough break there for the Pios.
Certainly is, as now they give up the first 2 hits of the game here in the top of the 4th and the first 2 runs of the game.
The first extra base hit of the game. We all kinds of firsts here.
Too many firsts as Johnny Campez out of Wagner steps up to the plate. The wind and the pitch. On the outside corner, ball 1. So a 1-0 count here as the Pioneers now in a 2-0 deficit. Coming back set, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and popped out towards center. Center fielder Erickson running back towards the warning track. Makes the snag, and that will do it. But 2 runs do manage to cross here in the top of the 4th. The Pioneers will come back up and look to get themselves back even when we come back.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
There he is. Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new Extra Charge Hot or Iced Coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
All right, and with that, we are back here at historic Dunfield. Wow, easy for me to say. Peter Theodoralis will head up and try to get this started. There is a pitcher down in the bullpen. Weren't able to get quite a good look. We'll let you know as soon as we know.
I see 13 out there for the Tarp Skunks.
So the Tarp Skunks are stretching too. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike right down the middle. Theodoralis going to want that one back. No balls, 1 strike. Each side has 2 hits. The 2 runs, however, belong to the team from Jamestown. The wind and the pitch. In there for a ball. Looked like it was on the inside corner, but Pioneers will not argue that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. I want to remind everybody the Pioneers back in action on Tuesday. That one's in there for a ball again. 2 balls, 1 strike. That will be in Batavia before the Muck Dogs come back to historic Dunfield on Wednesday. Make sure you get your tickets for a Wednesday night affair here in June. It was a fun time. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled away as that one gets into the parking lot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we remind you to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber Collision. And it's also Tioga Down Showdown, John.
It is not. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs.
Oh, I thought we were doing... Oh, well. You got no batting gloves, by the way, with what bat? It's always an adventure. Up in the catcher, he took a weird hop there.
It did. As the catcher is down, they're calling for somebody out of the bench areas here.
I think that was a 5-hole, John.
May have been.
Well, he's reacting to it.
As now again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Not the most pleasant of experiences, to say the least.
Take a breath.
As the catcher going to try to walk this one off. You pray he was wearing a cup.
That's only plastic, though.
I mean,
you got 88 miles an hour bouncing up.
Well, hopefully, once it hits, it's a little bit slower there, George. But I think the catcher's going to come out of this game.
Or he's walking it off. I can't. He's walking very slowly.
He took the helmet off, so I think that's going to do it.
Yep, they got the lineup card out.
We'll see who the substitution will be. Hopefully they have another catcher.
Yeah, they got someone coming out. Got a man running out in a sandy chest protector.
Sandy.
I don't know what other color you call it.
I guess, yeah. Everybody really carries 2 catchers anyway. It's not.
And, of course, the gear's covering up a number. Looks like it's 20-something. I'm trying to see.
Is it Avon?
Avon, I think. Avon's a 22 catcher. He would be the only other
catcher available. So I believe that's Avon.
I think so.
It looks like a 20.
He's the only other catcher on their roster, or at least an official catcher. So I think it's Avon.
They think it's 33 out in the scorer's
33.
position. I'm not sure.
There is no 33 on their online roster.
Again, it's so hard to tell with the with the chest protector there. As they're coming down and giving the explanation to Coach Andrew Drumm. So, as I said, I believe it's going to be Avon. But again, cannot tell with that chest protector on. As it's a 2-0 lead for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks here in the bottom of the 4th. A 3-ball, 2-strike count. Interesting time to come in for a brand new catcher. The catcher says he's ready to go. I'd like him to adjust that chest protector.
Yeah.
But Avon is the catcher, so that's what we're going to go with. We're going to say it's Avon, and I assume due to the injury, well, here we go. So back in comes Peter Theodoralis. He's 0 for 1 on the day so far, 3-2 count, and hoping to put himself on base. As you mentioned, George, no batting gloves, the wind in the pitch. Cut on and fouled back, as I believe that one stayed below the roof. I was going to make a change, and there's nothing to change. 3 balls, 2 strikes, one more time. We'll see what Theodoralis can do here. The wind in the pitch. High, ball 4. So, a walk to start the half inning, and it's a little rough, but hey, you'll take it. As Ethan Buckley warming up for the Pioneers. As Dom Papa comes up next, and the outfielder from University of Pittsburgh.
They already threw over, John.
As that one gets by, and he will take off. He's going to round
third.
second and go to third. That is a big error on the throw over.
I think the coach is coming out. I don't know if he's going to. What he's doing.
They're pointing up here.
What do
I
we
don't
do?
know what he's pointing up to the booth for.
He's pointing at us.
Why is he pointing at us?
Hi.
I genuinely don't know. I don't know what their complaint is. Well, they're yelling about the introduction.
Who cares?
That's what the umpire told him. He said the guy's walking up to the plate. That's a petty thing to be complaining about. Either way, the runner's on third. And the Pioneers threatening it once again. Another error hits the column. The wind in the pitch a little bit high.
That's why you don't throw over.
as George gets to put the exclamation point on his point.
McBride's going back out for them as well.
As now again, the wind and the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. I love the look from the catcher as well, as the third baseman is about a good 10, 15 feet off the bag.
I'm about to say, you could almost bunt down the third base line the way he's playing.
Really could. They're both on the grass, however, as back out, chopped towards second. That will score the run. Easy play for the second baseman, and it is in time. But the run comes in to score.
Forgot about that siren, John.
Always. It's nice to score here at home, isn't it, George? So, Papa gets the I believe that'd be a sacrifice.
It's a fielder's choice, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know how they scored that one. We'll have to check with the official scorer, but that's in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. As Gil Murad has no official at-bats yet, just a base on balls to his name. As that's high, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. So it's another Tioga Down showdown. There's the 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The wind and the pitch inside. Really tight. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Deuces are wild along the visitor line. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and chopped out towards center. Center fielder has a look. Makes the play. So, 2 quick outs after the run does score. As Murad goes 0 for 1. And that's going to bring up Chris Erickson, who leads the league in hit by pitch at this point. As again, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Pioneers have closed the gap here. The wind and the pitch. That one's in there for a strike on the inside corner. No balls, 1 strike. 2 men out. We'll see if we get a new pitcher in the top of the 5th for the Pioneers. That one's in there for a strike too, 0-2.
Say Jones was being pretty efficient with his pitches. He was only around 50. He said a lot of these guys are on pitch counts.
As that one fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. But Ethan Buckley is the one stretching out down there. And again, we'll take a look. No balls, 2 strikes. The wind and the pitch from Rafalski. Cut on and fouled away again. That one will get into the parking lot, and we remind you to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
And auto glass. As once again, Erickson trying to get on base here. Extend this bottom of the 4th. The wind and the pitch. Taken. They say he did not go. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Keeping the inning alive. I liked Erickson's response as he pointed down to first, saying, I did not swing. 1-2 count. Also, the Pioneers line score. The wind and the pitch. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As the Pioneers looking to get something going here with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. That one gets by. Well, a strikeout, but he's going to put himself on first base anyway. So a 2-out runner reaches base with, well, a strikeout.
I mean, that ball bounced in front of the plate, but he still swung at it. But somehow, you can say he gets away from the catcher. Way too much room behind home plate. And we extend the inning.
As Reese Yeomans heads up. Yeomans 0 for 1. He reached on an error. Now we'll see what he can do here. 2 outs, runner on first. Throw over to first again. As Rafalski trying to make his way through the 4th inning. We've seen a pattern developing from Pioneers pitching, as that one's in there for a ball, 1-0. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in here live on YouTube and Mixlr.com, your home for Pioneers action all season long. And, of course, we're always glad to have our Good friend George Stockberger stopping by. And thank you to WETM for allowing him to do so. Good friends over there, too.
Mm-hmm.
1-0 count, the wind, the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Getting a little wild over here on the mound.
Is.
So we'll see if Rafalski can settle down. We do have a pitcher up and throwing. As, again, the wind and the pitch. Outside one more time, 3-0. However, I would like to point out, George, we have not seen a throw-over since before this at-bat started.
Well, it didn't work well for him last time he tried it.
It did not. 3 ball, no strike count, 2 outs.
Here we go.
Now the throw-over. And it's in time. And the Pioneers not going to be happy about that one. So Yeomans will be the first man up in the next half inning when the Pioneers come back to bat. But right now, we head to the top of the 5th. And the Pioneers trailing 2-1.
Our love was lost, and now we found it. Our love was lost. Oh, there he is. Our love was freedom. Promise.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new Extra Charge Hot or Iced Coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
All right, well, we head back in, and though, again, Ethan Buckley was throwing, Logan Jones, you said it, George, his pitch count not all that high. So he will be back in there. Mark Tucker will step up. He's 0 for 1, the second baseman for the Tarp Skunks. Trying to get a little bit of insurance here as they lead the Pioneers 2-1 here in an afternoon affair. The wind and pitch in there for strike number 1. So top of the 5th, Pioneers pitching staff, they haven't been afraid to challenge themselves here early in the season. The wind and the pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. As we wait. The wind and the pitch again. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He said he can bring the heat.
He certainly can, and we're starting to see a little bit more of it as the game goes on. You almost wonder if you have to build up to get to that pitch, and maybe that's what those first couple innings were, but it's certainly effective watching it as it plays out here tonight, George. The wind and the pitch. Cut on, popped up, over towards right, on the run. Lets it go for the center fielder, and he will make the grab. Almost a shrugging catch. So, 1 out. 0 for 2 on the day goes Mark Tucker. And that's going to bring up the 8th batter in the lineup, DiMaggio Cazares from Wagner, the sophomore. He started in just 4 games this year, totaled 24 season at-bats with just 4 hits for a 167 average. No home runs, 3 RBIs, a base on balls, and 10 strikeouts. High strikeout clip carryover from high school. In there for a strike. And you know the Pioneers would love to carry on that strikeout clip. 0-1 count. The wind, the pitch, cut on, and fouled back, 0-2.
It's interesting. You're seeing the catchers going to the 1-knee stance behind the plate.
It's becoming more and more prevalent, yeah.
I mean, they're talking about trying to get less stress on catchers' knees. I mean, that's the one way they're trying to go about it.
Line and pitch, cut on, right back towards second base. Reese Yeoman scoops it up, throws it over, and in time, 2 outs. Not bad pacing at the moment.
No. He's already had 2 1-2-3 innings.
He has. Corey Blackburn steps up. You know the Pioneers would love to help him out with a little bit of run support here. We'll see if they can get it going in the 5th. A couple times through the order, that usually will do the trick. And that is if the Tarp Skunks go back to Rafalski in the bottom half. Cut on and missed 0-1.
That's a McBride's walking back in from the bullpen. He couldn't really throw because Aben was the only catcher and not much to work with.
A fair point. The wind and the pitch.
Ooh,
nice frame job down there, but a 1-1 count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Pioneers looking to get through this inning quickly. The wind, the pitch is outside, bounces away. 2 balls, 1 strike. As the catcher heads back and will retrieve that ball. I guess they take those messages seriously from our friend up here over on the microphone. Make sure not to leave your mess at Historic Dunfield. The line and the pitch. In there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As Jones trying to get himself out of this top of the 5th. He steps, he winds, he delivers. Cut on, chopped again towards Yeomans. He scoops it up, throws over to first in plenty of time. And that will be out number 3. We head to the break. Jamestown 2, Elmira 1. The Pioneers coming to bat.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arnett Health. It's what we do.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, hello and welcome back in here live as the Pioneers will be stepping up to the plate next. We'll see what they can do against a brand new pitcher. Aaron Hare steps into the game. As we take a look down, Reese Yeomans ready to finish that at bat that he started an inning ago. As Yeoman steps up. So, he will be the first to greet Aaron Hare. As, again, Pioneers looking for some runs. The wind, the pitch, bounces past the catcher. 1 ball, no strikes. And George, we've talked about it. The Pioneers have left plenty of men on base. They need to put them to the home plate area a little bit more.
Yeah. Not been too good with the man on base category so far, John.
1-0, the wind, the pitch, bounced in there again. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 the count.
Starting pitcher went 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. We're pulling him.
Not a bad line. Nice way to start off the season. The wind and the pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. As Aaron Hare trying to get something done here. Bottom of the 5th, the Pioneers looking here in the second third of the game to produce a little more offense. That one bounces away again. Hare a little bit wild, and that could work to the Pioneers' advantage if they're able to get somebody on base. In the next half inning, stay with me as I take you around the league. Most of the games starting a little bit later, but we'll go through those matchups for you. The wind and the pitch. In there for ball 4, and Reese Yeomans earns himself a free pass down to first. He reached on there his first time, and now he's got a base on balls. So
it only took him 2 innings to do so.
Well, that'll bring up South Trimble. Trimble 0-2 on the day. As that'll bring a huge gaping hole over there between first and second with the first baseman holding on the runner. We'll see if Hare's got the same proclivity to throwing over. The wind and the pitch. In there for ball 1.
They got a lefty warming up now in their bullpen, too.
So.
Did not bring my binoculars, though.
A little hard to take the view there. However, impressive again are the Pioneers pitching staff through 5 full innings. Outside for ball 2 again, 2-0. Hare taking a stroll around the mound. Also with those high black socks.
A lot of it got, as you look out there, most of the infielders have the high black socks.
That one bounces away from the catcher on a 3-0 count.
Third baseman does, but shortstop does. I think the second baseman does. Left fielder has high black socks.
Popular fashion
You
style.
gotta be wearing all black. You might as well go all out.
I'm guessing that's what it looks like here, George. As we're over halfway through this one, 2-1 lead for the Tarp Skunks. As the wind and the pitch from Hare is in there for ball 4, and that will put runners on first and second now. As that brings up Donovan Montgomery, who's found base twice today and had a stolen base as well, so we'll see what he can do. But with no outs, you like you like having 2 men on. So Donovan Montgomery, 1 for 1, had a single, had a base on balls, has a stolen base.
Done just about everything today.
Would love to see him secure an extra base hit. That would certainly help. Possibly get this one tied up here in the bottom of the 5th. Hare takes a look. The wind and the pitch. Bounces one in. 1 ball, no strikes. So that's 5 straight balls.
I'm about to say more than that because the last guy walked.
That's true.
That's like 6 straight, at least.
At least, yeah.
Was that Major League?
I was just going to say.
Ball 9.
Ball 12. Ball 16. The wind, the pitch. That's in there for a strike, breaking the cycle. Giving a huge Wahoo welcome. As
We got
again,
the drums here.
They do. I heard that
Right
too.
on cue.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. As Donovan Montgomery looking to spark some offense here. The wind and the pitch. Cut on through the third baseman. Fair. This is going to bring around 1, possibly 2. As once again, Montgomery going to reach second as he does get that extra base hit. Montgomery looking towards third, heading the throw for home. Montgomery sprawling. He will be called out, and Drumm does not like the call. It is going to give the Pioneers the lead, however, as the first out is tallied against Donovan Montgomery. So he goes 2 for 2 with that double, and he does get himself 2 RBIs as well.
Ooh, another one that just barely hit inside the line, and I thought they were going towards home, but that one ended up coming into third. Unable to sneak the extra base.
Oh, certainly. And the catcher made a wise play there, jumping up and getting up towards the midway point of the line to cut that one off and throw it right down to third base. So as the Pioneers take the lead 3-2, Ben Shore is up. He takes strike number 1.
Cade Swenson now warming up in the bullpen for Jamestown. Lanky lefty.
Well, left-handed pitchers little bit of a rarity in the PGCBL. You see a lot of righties. As that one bounces in, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. A Tioga down showdown. Shore gets set. Takes a long look. The wind and pitch is inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So the line, the line score, just looking out, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the visiting Jamestown Tarp Skunks. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Elmira Pioneers. As that one's in there, they check with the umpire, and they're going to call that a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes, as Shore thought he held up. 2-2, 1 out. 3-2 Pioneers lead. And that has really been the key for them this year. The Pioneers have been able to put together back-to-back run-scoring innings. The pitch way outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
He said they've been able to kind of get a lot of scoring in the middle of these games once they get through the lineup once. And as we see here, getting to the bullpen.
As now Hare comes back set. Steps off, winds, delivers. Low, ball 4, so a walk.
Third walk.
1 out walk, and Hare, not the most comfortable start, as in comes the infield.
And the coach.
And the coaching staff. So, with Cam Hill coming up, he's 1 for 2 on the day. Think that's going to do it for Hare. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and be right back after this here on Mixlr.com.
Extra charge hot and iced coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new extra charge hot or iced coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance, no matter what time it is. He's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
All right, and Cade Swenson coming in as George predicted, as he will step in here, and we'll see what Swenson can do here as he heads into the game. And George, it's kind of a crazy little game when it gets to the bullpen, isn't it?
I mean, when a guy walks 3 batters, yeah,
it doesn't help. That's for sure. As once again, everybody trying to get themselves settled, and as they get these throws in, we'll get everything lined up here as the Pioneers going to bring up Cam Hill. So we'll see what they can do here in the rest of this bottom of the 5th inning. Still just 1 out, as hard as that is to believe.
That's a third of an inning, 3 walks, 2 runs, 1 hit.
Well,
no
you
strikeouts.
Certainly hope you can keep it up, because that's an impressive line to say the least. There we go. We're getting somewhere here as the umpire checking on the pitcher. Do have a couple of other games going on as the Newark Pilots have a 4-0 lead over the Niagara Power. Auburn Doubledays have a 2-1 lead over the Watertown Rapids. Batavia Muck Dogs were supposed to start an hour ago in Geneva. Not sure what's going on there. Bottom of the 2nd, Utica Blue Sox 2, Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs 2. And it's pregame as the Outlaws, who the Pioneers defeated last night, are set to take on the Glens Falls Dragons. Amsterdam and Socrates set to take place at 7:05. A little late on a Sunday afternoon, but hey.
A little upset we're not seeing Socrates was here.
I'm okay with that. Those were not the most fun games 2 years ago.
But I'm friends with like half of them.
I know you are. Big Penn State connection down there. As
that's a loft throw over.
Well,
if you're
I don't think that one's going to tax your arm. Yeah. I don't think that one's going to be too taxing on the arm. But again, brand new pitcher. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike, so wasting no time once he does come home. No balls, 1 strike. Coming back set. The wind and the pitch. In there for strike 2. Very quick. As again, the Tarp Skunks looking to just get themselves out of this inning. The wind and the pitch. In there for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Or no, 1 ball, 2 strikes, excuse me. I thought it was 1 ball, but then I looked up and saw a ball already up there. As coming back set. The wind and the pitch. Inside. Now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, George. Again, these Tarp Skunks out here in the hot, hot sun, even though it's almost 6 o'clock. That sun's not set to go down for a little while yet. Hopefully we'll be long gone by that point. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike, and that'll be a strikeout. So coming right into the game and making an impact as the Tarp Skunks get themselves the 2nd out of the inning. And that was a backwards K for Cam Hill. Aaron Thomas, the next man up. 0 for 2.
Ground out on a fly out. The center fielders have been very busy today, John.
They certainly have. As the quick throw over.
He didn't even have his hat on.
He had dropped his glove, too, when he made the throw. So, again.
I mean, they did catch 1 man, but they're like 1 for 30 on the throwovers today.
Yes. But it just proves, if you stick with it, eventually something good will come of it. So, first pitch in there to Thomas for a ball, 1-0. Pioneers holding on to that 3-2 lead that they gained this inning.
About half an hour ago.
3-2 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Winding, throwing in there for a strike, 1-1. Late reaction there by the umpire. 1-1 the count. As 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind, the pitch. Gets behind the catcher, and that's going to advance the runner. So it is ball 2. And a wild pitch on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Pioneers with another runner in scoring position.
Gotta get some insurance runs here.
Need them. Can't say enough how desperately those insurance runs come into play later on. As again, Pioneers have put up back-to-back crooked numbers again. Success in doing that so far in the 2021 season. The pitch thrown on and swung on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And, George, that means it's another
Tiger Down Showdown.
Certainly is. Don't forget to head on down there for all the best in gambling, including that brand new sports book. Absolutely beautiful. Brand new hotel accommodations as well. Eat, drink, be merry, and stay the night. That one in there for a strike. The catcher dropped the ball. Thomas not happy about that one. So, strikeout for the Tarp Skunks. And as we head to the top of the 6th, Pioneers leading 3-2. So I'm not going to step away real quick because I've got to do one of my favorite parts of any of my opportunities to speak with you, the amazing public, listening in here live on YouTube and Mixlr.com. We just couldn't do it without you guys, all of our amazing fans, all of our season ticket holders. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for attending the games. Thank you for coming out and spending your hard-earned money here with us at the Elmira Pioneers. And that goes out to all of our amazing sponsors, too. AJ's, Arca Chemung, Arnett Health, Bill's Bullpen, Blaze Brockway Contracting, Buckley's, Chemung Canal, Dr. Dozak's, Elm Chevy, Elmira Heat Treating, Easy Budget, First Transit, GTP, Hardinge, Hilliard, IBM, J. Schultz Massage, Junior Enforcers, Jubilee Foods, Just in Time, M&T Bank, Marion Decker, Morrison's, NYSCO PBA, Rodney Strange, Ryan's Distributing, Salins, Save-A-Lot, Seneca Beverage, Shedden's Wholesale, Simmons and Rockwell, Skyworks, Solutions FCU, Southern Tier Custom Fab, Suburban Propane, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Gordon Collision, Vasco Brands, Weiss Markets, Wilbur Auto Sales, XGen Pharmaceuticals, and our good friends at Farrell Gas. Thank you so much for all that you guys have done, and we look forward to bringing you the rest of the action all this year. Ethan Buckley makes his way out to the mound. He will be starting for the Pioneers as we take a 30-second break and come back after this.
This is Marion Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marion M. Decker Agency LLC on Facebook, at the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, and with that, the throwdown coming on, and the Pioneers heading back out to the field as we complete our 30-second break. Again, head for the top of the 6th inning. Again, I want to thank all of our amazing fans here on the YouTube stream, our friends, our family, all of us tuning in, and of course all of these amazing Pioneers, friends and family, tuning in to watch them play baseball this summer. So, next man up. George, I think you've got this one, eh?
Do I?
I hope so.
That's a bad bet, John. Hope you're not going Tiger Downs with that.
I'm not going to Tiger Downs with that, as that one's fouled off. No balls, 1 strike. We do remind you to head on down to Tioga Downs again in that amazing sports book. As up at the plate, looks like Justin Bailey winds, delivers, takes strike number 2. So a foul and a high heater from Ethan Buckley. Buckley, a right-hand pitcher from Bath, New York, just down the highway. Spent his previous 2 years with TC3. The pitch is wide, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last summer, he was ready to play in the opposing league, the NYCBL, for the Cortland Crush, but
that didn't work out.
COVID hit. Buckley winds and delivers. Ball just off the outside corner.
I'd say he's got a very big windup, kind of comes over the top on you.
Certainly does. As also very lanky.
I was just about to say that.
You look at him. The pitch is cut on. That looks like it's going to get foul, and it will. So 2 ball, 2 strike count one more time. The thing about that, and I was talking with Andrew Drumm about this before the season even started, when you get a pitcher like that, the body tends to go where the body wants to go, so you kind of have to keep it dialed in, make your movements a little more sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he's had great success working with taller pitchers, bigger pitchers like that. We'll see as Buckley winds, delivers, high and inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. But that being said, Buckley has had quite a bit of success already. Hopefully he can continue that here this summer. His first inning of relief work, the wind and the pitch. Bounces it in. And so that will be a walk here to start things off in the top of the 6th. As putting a runner on first, and they head to the top of the order. So once again, Chase Carlson, 0 for 1, does have a base on balls. This is where you got to see the defense go to work.
Time to roll another one of those double plays.
Certainly would love that. Theodoralis playing in on the grass. Again, George, I think it may be this league, but you don't see a lot of those traditional leadoff hitters. There's not the, and again, this may just be a sign of the times, as that one's thrown over. Now, again, not something you see the Pioneers do terribly often. But
no Jimmy Rollins, no Juan Pierre.
Yeah, you don't see that quick guy who's going to lay down a bunt. Everybody can hit for contact. Everybody, I mean, in the Pioneers' case, not a ton of, there, that one will bounce foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike. But in the Pioneers' case, you don't see a lot of guys who can hit for power either. The fence out here at historic Dunfield makes it a little bit prohibitive.
You don't see too many home runs out here.
Certainly don't.
I feel like a couple years ago we saw 1 or 2, but it's not
Back
many.
2 years ago, we did have a home run derby to end the USA-Canada game, and That went late into the night. But we did see a couple home runs from the eventual All-Star Game Home Run Derby champion, who is now officially, according to Facebook, graduated from University of Kentucky, and a big congratulations. As once again, coming back set, and throw over by Buckley. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And again, a little surprised. You don't see too many Pioneers throwovers. The throw in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strike count. As Buckley comes back on the mound. And again, Carlson waiting in the box. Winds, throwing, cut on towards first. Catch is made, steps on first. And the runner does advance to second on the play. So, an out. But the advancement of the runner also not the greatest situation. 0 for 2 for Chase Carlson. As we go to the second batter in the lineup, Luke Turner, the third baseman, 1 for 2, grounded into a double play. That won't be possible here, unfortunately.
Nope.
Did get a hit his last time up.
That's a good job by Bailey, though, getting the extra jump and taking away the double play opportunity. Saw the first baseman kind of look over there, but it was too late. He's jumping around on.
Really is, as
and
the fake throw.
Him.
Now they got him caught in a rundown. Buckley throws the tag, and he's out.
That was not good base running. That's the second time we've seen that from the Tarp Skunks.
It is. So another caught stealing from the man batting 10th, excuse me. I keep having to remember that the batting order goes to 10. Justin Bailey will take a seat. And Luke Turner will now maybe face his first pitch of the at-bat. As the wind and the pitch, cut on and fouled back and into the parking lot, where we remind you to make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collision.
And auto glass. They should call us. We should be doing their jingle. I'm just saying, we've got it down at this point.
We've been doing it for 2 years.
Well, we have. I think we threw it in a couple times over at the Enforcers as well. Wind in the pitch, cut on and missed 0-2.
We got kayakers coming down the river, John.
Always nice to see. You know summer's here when the kayakers are on the river.
On the banks of the Chemung.
Banks of the Chemung. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes.
Ooh.
As that one's taken wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Our friends from Socrates are checking in, John.
Are they?
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed, and that'll do it for this half inning. The Pioneers go into the third of the game as they will have the bottom of the 6th, hopefully able to find some more offense before they head into needing those last final 9 outs. We'll be back here on the Mixler.com Pioneers Sunday Matinee.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arnett Health. It's what we do.
Hi, Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years' experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
Hello and welcome back into historic Dunfield. Peter Theodoralis about to come up as I finish off a delicious Salen's hot dog. Make sure to get yours, the official hot dog of the Pioneers and Elmira Enforcers and Batavia Muck Dogs.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not too, George. Theodoralis up out of Malloy. 0 for 1, but he does have a base on balls. The shadow's starting to creep in.
He reached on that error and came around to score early on.
Could certainly use another one of those, as that's inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Actually, he walked and then made a pickoff attempt, and he ended up on third on the pickoff attempt and then came around to score. As
Also could use another one of those. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. So Hare did not have a bunch of success here, but the newest pitcher looking to get things underway. Theodoralis waits, the wind and the pitch. Cut on and chopped out there towards center. And that one will be caught.
Can of corn, John.
It was a can of corn. So, 0 for 2. Dom Papa, as the in-house voice, changing the pronunciation of the last name about 3 times at this point. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Pioneers 9 defensive outs away from a W here as well, George.
Only about 2 hours in.
Moving right along. Fairly quick.
Phillies game went 4.5 hours today.
Home opener did too. 1 ball, no strikes.
They had, I didn't see it, but I was getting the alerts. The net behind home plate fell during their game.
Oh, wow.
It took them 20 minutes to reset it.
That's crazy. Kane could have gotten it done with a staple gun in 5 minutes. The wind and the pitch. Apparently that missed. 2 balls, no strike. I was waiting for the umpire to make the decision on that one.
That's it. They had to bring one of those, like, ATVs out.
Oh, yeah.
To, like, pull the net back up.
Jeez, crazy. As once again, coming set, the wind, the pitch. Delivery, high, 3 balls, no strikes.
And now we got Pachado creeping in, John. It's just over home plate now, and the pitcher's still in the sun. You wonder how that affects
This is
the
also
hitters.
what I was talking about with those uniforms. You have to imagine that white ball pops, and just in my opinion, your hand-eye coordination would be messed up. You'd see that white ball pop off those uniforms. That's in there for a strike, so 3 balls, 1 strike. I feel like it'd get on top of you a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong, but, just judging from my own perspective. So 3 balls, 1 strike. It is certainly a wild start to his pitch out there on the mound. As that one's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 3-2 count. 3-2-1. 1-2-3. As again, it's almost a squat as he gets set on the rubber. The wind and the pitch. As that's in there for ball 4. And that'll put a runner on first. So, Papa gets himself a base on balls, and that'll bring up Gil Murad. Murad, 0 for 1, does have a base on balls on the day. And out, a runner at first. As Murad takes a long look. Lefty on righty. See, I think this would be the situation, too, where it's a little bit more the ball just coming up out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's in there, ball 1. As once again, pitch is thrown, drilled back up towards the second baseman. The runner heading to second, tries to cut it off. The man comes off the base at first, so they do get the out at second. And 2 outs, and reaching on the fielder's choice, going to give the Pioneers a base runner, Dom Papa.
I'm about to say, it looked like it was going to be a clean double play, but that ball took a pretty high hop at the last second on the second baseman. It took him a little bit longer to get it out.
Sure did.
Is that a green batting helmet?
It is. And I apologize, that was Gil Murad with the reaching on the fielder's choice. As up to the plate comes Erickson. Chris Erickson once again cuts on that one, right back up the middle towards the shortstop. He makes the play, throws over to second, and that will do it. So, Erickson wasted no time up there, and that means we're headed to the top of the 7th. You're listening to the Elmira Pioneers here on Mixlr.com.
Our love was lost, and now we found it. Our love was lost. Oh, there he is. Our love was freedom. Promise.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract, because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new Extra Charge Hot or Iced Coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance. No matter what time it is, he's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
All right, and back here at historic Dunn Field, we've got a new pitcher to tell you all about. And George, the senior out of Malloy, number 27, Billy Wildeman. Wildeman, a 6'0", 195-pound senior right-hander. Fourth-year player at Malloy, 33 appearances, including a complete game shutout during his sophomore year. Last year, earned himself ECC Pitcher of the Week in March 9th. He threw 12 innings for 10 strikeouts. This season, only 8 games, 15 and 1/3 inning. But he struck out 17, so certainly has a little gas to show off.
And quite a head of hair as well.
Hockey hair.
Yeah. We're used to seeing that.
Certainly are. As third man in the lineup comes up, that's Anthony Badala. Badala out of the Citadel, 0 for 1, has a base on balls. The catcher headed out to the mound. You don't see this very often before a pitch has been thrown. Murad maybe just trying to get on the same page with his pitcher, as Wildeman just getting into town a couple days back.
Got to introduce himself now.
There you go. So, Badala coming in. Again, 0 for 1 on the night, has a base on balls. Swing, and that's going to be a strike number 1 on the foul tip. Pioneers do have another body in the pen as Cam Hill is up in the bullpen. The wind and the pitch from Wildeman. Drops a little bit out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Not Chase Austin.
No.
You remember him.
I do. That's
hard to forget Chase Austin.
Yep. Talking with coach before the game. That swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Austin supposedly doing very well right now. Wishing him all the best. I suppose all the former Pioneers. I got to tell you, it's something special to be a part of this brotherhood during the course of the summer. Coming back, the wind and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Wildeman gets his first strikeout here in a Pioneers uniform. As, my apologies, that scoreboard didn't switch for me there. So, Pioneers earn themselves a strikeout here in the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 7th. Wow. Jeez, George, I'm having it up here. It's a hot one.
It is a hot one.
So, Wildeman going to go back to work here. The wind, the pitch, swung on and missed right away. As, well, he's looking for another quick punch out here if he can get it.
We'll take it.
Certainly will. The wind of the pitch, outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Justin Bowers. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a Tioga down, showdown. Wildeman winds and fires, cut on and fouled back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Wildeman trying to make short work of this first 2 batters in this inning. Not a bad place to do it if you're going to do it 3, 4, 5 all due up here. This is the meat of the order. Cut on and fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
88 degrees out there, John. Add another 15 in here.
And I was just going to say, it feels every bit of it. Wildeman, again, only 1 win on this year so far, but also only 1 start. In there for a strike. He punches out a second as the Pioneers now have 2 outs on back-to-back Ks. And that's Bauer's second K of the game as Colby Avon, the catcher, will step up here.
Former DH in this game.
He was at one point.
Took 1 hop and that changed it all.
That'll do it for you. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. As again, the wind and pitch from Wildeman. Well, a good frame job, but couldn't quite get to get the call. 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind and the pitch. In there for a strike, 1 and 2.
Working quickly, just hammering the strike zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wildeman going right to work here in the top of the 7th. The wind, the pitch, cut on, popped up, foul into the parking lot. Make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber collisions.
And auto
hear
glass.
that one. Someone coming in now. Hey, Doug Hunt on deck.
Hayden Hunt is on deck.
Hunt.
So
Hayden?
Hunt must be the extra hitter now, as that one's bounced to third, thrown over to first, and that gets away from the first baseman, and that will be a dead ball and move the runner to second on the throw. So Hayden Hunt will come up with a runner in scoring position after Avon goes 2 for 2. As now Hayden Hunt making his first appearance of this game. He's a freshman at Gardner Webb. Injured for the majority of the spring, played in just 2 games, finished with a .500 average. As he graduated Frederick Douglass High School in 2019 with a 4.2 GPA, valedictorian honors.
That's about double my GPA, John.
As, well, the umpire signaling that there's a new batter. I believe we just gave that information, but here we go. 2 outs, man on second, threatening to tie this one up in the top of the 7th inning. Pioneers 7 outs away from a W. 7 defensive outs, let me clarify. The wind and the pitch. Bounced up and in there. Catcher manages to keep it right there. So 1 ball, no strikes.
Got a lefty warming up for the Skunks.
So bullpens have been active here late in the game, George. The wind, the pitch. Cut on, drilled off of the umpire, bounces to second, over to first, and that is, hold on.
That should be a dead ball. The home plate umpire saying the runner needs to go back to second.
So the runner goes back to second. Hill goes to first. And the Pioneers are looking for an explanation here.
The umpire had a hit off of. He ruled the guy out, but the home plate umpire taking control and saying, nope, that's a dead ball. Which it should be.
In hockey, it hits off the referee, it goes in the goal, it's still a goal. We've seen this come into play. So Drumm talking with the home plate umpire. All the Pioneers gathered here, and I understand the confusion.
I mean, it's tough because the umpire did basically take away an out because that was going to end up in shortstop's glove at second base.
Right.
But
I mean, the ground rules are the ground rules. They are what they are. So, well, dead ball as George made the call. I don't know. What's the ruling there as far as...
I think it's a single.
Did they term it a single?
I think so. You don't see it too much, especially when you only have one umpire in the field.
You hate to see it as the Pioneers had their way out of that inning, but I guess single up the middle as now, well, here we are. So 1 for 1 for Hayden Hunt. As again, this is peculiar, to say the least, George.
There's always something new.
Certainly is. Swing and a miss, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. As, well, again, this whole substitution here has screwed things up for me. I believe this is Johnny Campes.
I thought it was Tucker, wasn't it?
Is it? As this is ground ball, this should result in the play from before, so we do get the out. Pioneers, as we head for the bottom of the 7th, just 6 defensive outs away from a W here. As we step aside, get up and stretch. It's the 7th inning.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arnett Health. It's what we do.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, another new pitcher to tell you about. As I said, both of these teams not afraid to burn the bullpen oil here. Justin Guiano heads into the pen for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. And, George, I want to make an apology to you as I forgot Campes was the one who left injured. So, yes, that was Mark Tucker who went down at the end of that crazy inning.
They don't call him a best color man in the league for nothing, John.
They don't, and I've said it a time or two myself, bud. So it's a 3-2 game.
I think I'm the only color man in the league. I know Socrates is down a color man.
Very true.
But
you might be.
Yeah. The one and only.
The one and only.
The best and the worst.
Yep. Well, now we got to get you to Batavia, too. Have a little roadie. You and I will take the drive up. Be a good time.
It's not Danbury.
It is not Danbury, that is for sure. As we take a look out, Reese Yeomans. Looks like he's ready to lead things off.
He scored and reached on error so far.
He's
did. Walked.
Again, I'd argue that reach on error, but yeah. I thought it caught the grass. I don't know. I just felt like that should have been a solid single for him. But as once again we go, bottom of the 7th inning, Pioneers hoping to only have to bat this one more time and as they hold a 1-run lead. The error count has increased as well as the Pioneers.
He has many errors as, well, now each side is now 3 hits.
3 hits, 3 runs, 2 runs, 2 errors, 1 error. It's all going crazy down here. Pioneers still have the lead.
That's
lead by
good.
1 as we're into the final third. As the Pioneers, second baseman Reese Yeomans, third baseman routinely for Corning Community College. The wind and the pitch. In there for strike number 1. So the Tarp Skunks wasting no time here. Again, they played a nail-biter yesterday. The wind and the pitch. In there for strike 2. Yeomans came up with a patient attitude here late in the game and not paying off for him at the moment. As the Tarp Skunks really going to work. In there and gets away from the catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And George, we got games again back here Wednesday, Thursday this week at Dunfield. Always a great place to bring a group outing. Bring your group of 10 or more out to historic Dunfield and enjoy the summer nights. And the wine slushies. I'm a big fan of the wine slushies. As that one's tipped down towards first base. Won't stay fair. And so we'll get a do-over.
But he touched it while he was on the fair side.
But the ball was on the foul side.
Yeah.
But the ball was on the foul side.
It was close.
Foul. Foul. As once again, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I know because the man in blue down there told me so. Always love it when the pitchers look inside their hats. I know in the MLB you can see sometimes they have cards and everything worked out. I haven't seen such a thing in the PGCBL. However, that is not to say... What is happening here?
They're having a catch.
They are.
I don't know
Okay, the batter was retrieving a new piece of lumber as Yeomans makes his way back to the plate.
About to the left fielder is taking a nap out there now. Now he's up.
He does like to get onto that grass.
I was about to. The left fielder hasn't, for either team really, hasn't had any action today.
Cut on, driven back towards the pitcher who scoops it up, throws over to first, and Yeomans goes down after the game of catch at third base.
PFP, John.
So 0 for 2 on the day for Yeomans, and back to the top of the order. South Trimble heading up as he's 0 for 2 with a base on balls.
He did score, though.
He did. Did come around to score on the base on balls. This pitcher has some interesting movements out there on the mound, and I'm loving those orange shoelaces. That's just something...
Are they orange or are they pink?
I think orange. Winding the throw in their first strike, 0-1.
We're basically in McLeod. It's hard to see up here.
That's true. The wind and the pitch again. Cut on and missed, 0-2. Even though the ball ended up about 60 feet behind the catcher. No ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Pioneers lead 3-2. All of the scoring happening in the 4th and 5th inning. Cut on and popped up. This should be playable. First baseman makes the grab. And the Pioneers down 2 outs very quickly here. As that sends up Donovan Montgomery, who has been all over the sheet here today, George.
Woo. He got a walk, a single, a stolen base, a double. He was thrown out, but 2 RBIs is really the tale of the game.
It certainly is. As Montgomery steps back up. And as he sees this pitcher being aggressive, you have to assume he's going to be as well. Thrown in there for a ball. For a ball. All right, there we go. The wind and the pitch. Outside for a ball. So 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Montgomery certainly has a great eye down there at the plate. Pretty good eye on the base pass, too, as he stole that base earlier tonight. The wind, the pitch. In there for a strike, just on the outside corner.
I'm about to say that one cut back in.
This is the level where these pitchers really have to show their stuff. In there, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown.
Now a conversation.
I'm going to say orange. He got in the shadow, so it looks a little more pronounced. As again, Tarp Skunks trying to get through this bottom of the 7th. The wind, the pitch, cut on and fouled away again. 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out count one more time. 3-2 lead for the Pioneers. Hits have been hard to come by in this one. 3 apiece. The wind and the pitch, cut on, popped up. This one could be playable. And Montgomery will be called out. As the 7th inning comes to a close, we head to the top of the 8th. Pioneers leading 3-2 when we come back.
Our love was lost, and now we found it. Our love was lost. There he is. Lost, and love was freedom. Promise.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new Extra Charge Hot or Iced Coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance. No matter what time it is, he's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
All right, and we are back here live, and George, 6 defensive outs away from a Pioneers victory. A change to the mound.
Another one.
Cam Hill comes out as he comes out of the batting order. Freshman at Auburn.
As you said, he's played first base. He's also a lefty, product of Bob Jones High School and the Team Georgia National, top-rated Southpaw in Alabama, number 8 overall player in the state, according to Perfect Game, a top 300 player nationally. Is that good, John?
So good. So good. All right. So, that means bottom of the order coming up, DiMaggio Cazares, the Y in the pitch, in there for ball 1. You know, the Pioneers want to come out here throwing strikes, George, and get themselves quickly through the top half of the 8th.
We'd appreciate that.
Cut on towards the third baseman, gets by Theodoralis and into left field.
We don't appreciate that.
That may be the first time the left fielder has touched the ball here today. So,
No, I don't. How about they didn't even get out there? Yeah, it did.
So Cazares goes 1 for 3. And that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Corey Blackburn. Redshirt sophomore at Bakersfield, 0 for 2 with a strikeout so far here today. As the wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the 8th inning. Pioneers would love a little bouncer out to the middle infield.
They've done it already today.
They have. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and missed. A little inflection that time, huh, George? No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Facing the bottom half of the order. Well, bottom 3 of the order. The wind and the pitch. just missed the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's got to be interesting to come in after really being the extra hitter all game and then move into the pitching role as that one's cut on, popped up. That one will get foul. 1-2 count. And that one hits the roof. Nice little ping. But don't forget, as that rolls into our parking lot, make the right decision.
Insist on Gerber Collision.
And Auto Glass. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pioneers 6 outs away from a 3rd consecutive victory if they can get there. Never an easy task. The wind and the pitch. In there for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As again, the Tarp Skunks trying to force their way into the win column here. You wonder, especially at this level, these kids, as the wind and pitch is outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes, these kids are looking to impress scouts. They're looking to make an impact and put themselves in a good draft position coming within a year or 2 for some of these kids.
And there's also some guys you're trying to move up in the college ranks, too.
Certainly
Whether
are.
that's getting more playing time or moving into a bigger school, as that one's inside for a ball and for a walk.
So ball 4 puts runners on first and second.
As we said, there's guys playing for smaller schools, D2, D3, community colleges. We're looking to move up into D2 or D1 potentially.
They certainly are. Now, that all being said, it makes you wonder how many guys are willing to do what's necessary instead of what's maybe best for their own careers. The small ball game, in order to get a win, can be beneficial for the team. Speaking of, a little lay-down bunt thrown over to first, and the first out of the inning. However, runners move to second and third as the sacrifice is efficient. So, runners advance. Back to the top of the order.
Pitcher thought about going towards second, but
I think he would have been too late if he had made the effort. Chase Carlson 0 for 2 with a base on balls. And now the Pioneers, well, they're in an interesting place here with an open base on first. The leadoff batter, I don't know if you'd see a squeeze play here. The throw, cut on and missed. No balls, 1 strike. Because, see, this is where I'm talking about it again, George. This is the place where a squeeze play puts the run in, ties the game, but you're going to be out. The wind and the pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Tioga down, showdown. Chance here for the Tarp Skunks to take the lead with 2 runners in scoring position as well. Everybody on the infield grass now.
I mean, all it takes is a single.
Cut on, popped up, in foul territory. Theodoralis has the look and makes the catch as
shortstop made the catch.
Excuse me, the shortstop made the catch.
I think Theodoralis kind of lost him and sunned him, and his primary shortstop came over and put it away for him. That's a big out there.
Huge out, as now the Pioneers need just 1 more to get themselves out of the top of the 8th. And that out, Luke Turner.
He's got grounded out into a double play, a strikeout. The single came around to score. Advanced on a pass ball earlier.
Sure did. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and missed. No balls, 1 strike. So, here's the danger. You cannot let the ball get behind the catcher. Runners at second and third. As once again, the wind, the pitch. In there for strike 2. Huge at bat here now. 3-2 lead for the Pioneers. 1 strike away from getting out of the top of the 8th with 2 men in scoring position. The wind, the pitch. Cut on and fouled away into the parking lot. And we remind you again to make that right decision.
Insist on Gerber Collision. How about just bearing down? I mean, you're put in a tough situation. You get that big second out, and now you're just throwing strikes.
And that's what you got to do. Just come in, throw strikes. I mean, anybody out of the bullpen, that's really got to be what the manager has to say, right? Thrown, cut on, and fouled away again. But now a couple of foul balls, and pitchers start to get in their own head. Start thinking, What can I throw? What do I have? What's in my bag of tricks?
I mean, you got a couple ball to work with.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have
again, you get a ball past the catcher, you're going to be in some trouble. Coming back set. The line, the pitch, in there for strike 3, gets away, and tag is put on. So strike 3 and a tag, as the runner didn't know to be running, and I believe that's his manager letting him know he should have been running. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, Pioneers can preserve that 3-2 lead, and that was a big one. Second strikeout, first one looking, as Turner goes 1 for 4. Top of the 9th will be 3-4-5, but first, the Pioneers come to bat.
It's another day in the Twin Tiers. And for most of us, it's just another day on the job. Taking care of our neighbors, helping out our coworkers, and making our community a better place for all of us. When you love what you do and really care about the people you serve, you do it well. It's not for the glory, some big award, or even a pat on the back. It's just knowing that we can count on each other. That's reward enough. Arn It Health. It's what we do.
Hi, this is Marian Decker, and at the Decker Agency, we've got over 34 years experience in helping our clients get the best insurance coverage possible. We're local and we're trusted. We've built our business on the idea that customers should be treated like family. At the Decker Agency, we offer free quotes and consultations. Our clients can build their coverages to best suit their needs and budget. Please stop into our office at 416 East 14th Street in Elmira Heights, or call us at 607-734-1100 to schedule your free consultation today. And like the Marian M. Decker Agency, LLC on Facebook. At the Decker Agency, we help you protect what matters most.
All right, we are back here at historic Dunn Field, and George, bottom of the 8th, 3-2. After those two runners made it to second and third, you got to imagine Ben Shore would love to get something started here in the bottom half of the 8th, hoping to get some insurance going on for the Pioneers.
Exactly. You need to get maybe one or two more to feel comfortable going into that 9th inning. Hopefully, though, for the Pioneers, was the last time they go to bat.
I think Cam Hill will get the start as there's no one down in the pen in there for a strike. And I don't know, Shore, he's been very effective so far this year. I don't know if this day game is playing tricks with his vision or what it is, but
two strikeouts looking. And
has not been his day. That's cut on, popped up, playable as the second baseman coming in, and he'll make the grab. So a very quick first out, and that will bring up the pitcher. As Cam Hill, 1 for 3, strikeout looking. Well, they said extra hitter, but he is the pitcher. Pitcher of record, as of right now, will be the starter, Logan Jones, who pitched 5 complete. The pitch in there for a strike. So Logan Jones right now has the W if the Pioneers can pull this one out. The throw, cut on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. As that one goes wide, now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1 and 2. A chance here, too, for Cam Hill to pick him up a 2-inning save. As the windup and the pitch. Outside, 2 and 2.
Just a bit outside.
And that's why they call you the best color man in the biz there, George. Cut on right through the middle, hits the pitcher in his hand, gets up and tosses over. So it will be an out. Pitcher looks to be okay on the mound for Jamestown. That did hit him flush, though.
That did. Got him right in the gut.
As Aaron Thomas comes up. He has not had a particularly wonderful game here today.
Strikeout, fly out, ground out.
Completing the circle around.
And all 3 times he was the third out.
No. See if he can break that chain here. The line, the throw, cut on and missed. Healthy swing. He was looking for the Shamung there.
How far is out for Shamung? About 500 feet from here?
A little more, probably. A little closer to probably 657. As that one...
That hit him?
That bounced in the dirt, I believe, yeah. Well, 1 ball, 1 strike. 3-2 ball game, and again, every run scored in the 4th and 5th inning. As the Pioneers...
Man, a quick one. Knock on wood.
Ball 2. Don't say that before the top of the 9th, George.
That's why I'm...
That's metal.
That's wood.
There you go. 2 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The line, the pitch, cut on and popped up. This one may be playable. First baseman back in foul territory and makes the grab. So we head to the top of the 9th. The Pioneers have a 3-2 lead and are hoping to finish things off when we come back here on Mixler.com.
Our love was lost, and now we found it. Our love was lost. There he is. Our lost love was freedom. Promise.
Everything you need when you need it most. Introducing the Toyota Venza with standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
New Extra Charge Hot and Iced Coffee from Dunkin' is made with 20% extra caffeine from green coffee extract because we could all use a little extra this year. Whether that's an extra boost, some extra boldness, or the drive to go the extra mile, we're extra ready for whatever comes our way and extra excited to take it on. Let's get it done with new Extra Charge Hot or Iced Coffee from Dunkin' with 20% extra caffeine. And pair it with snackable stuffed bagel minis for an added all-day boost. Order ahead on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
So, what brings you and Greg to marriage counseling today?
Jake from State Farm. My husband calls him all the time. 2, 3 in the morning, it doesn't matter.
I see. Greg, is this true?
Yeah, Jake saves us tons on our insurance. No matter what time it is, he's always there.
Mm-hmm. And how much did he save you?
Hundreds.
Listen, can I call this Jake from State Farm?
You've got to be kidding me.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Call 1-800-STATE-FARM or click today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
All right, well, the Pioneers back here top of the 9th. It all rests on Cam Hill's shoulders. Never easy, but it's 3, 4, 5. It doesn't get harder than that. Got to get through Anthony Badala. Following up, Justin Bowers. And last, but certainly not least, Colby Avon. So, Anthony Badala. 0 for 2, base on balls, and a strikeout. So we'll see what he does here as, again, first 2 batters of the inning last inning, not great.
Nope.
Second 3 batters of the inning, very, very good. That's what you want to see. The wind, the pitch, in there for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball. No strikes, nobody out. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and missed. Healthy cut. Looking out there towards the kayakers, George. Every right-handed batter always says they see that water in the background and they want to aim for it. As that's inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. I haven't physically seen someone do that. I have heard telltales of such things occurring, but the wind and the pitch. Outside again, 3-1. Not where they want to be. Cam Hill, once again. 3 ball, 1 strike count. As he takes a look. The wind and the pitch. Outside again for ball 4. And the Tarp Skunks once again have a runner on first. So Badala, his second base on balls of the evening. We're evening now, right? We'll go with it.
Almost 7 o'clock.
So Bowers comes up. Bowers, he's been hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 2. Both of the 2 are strikeouts.
Last one looking.
As Bowers comes set. The pitch is outside again. 1 ball, no strikes. As Cam Hill
No one in the bullpen, John. It's his inning.
comes back set. Checks the runner at first. He winds and delivers. Cut on and missed. Healthy swing. Not sure what they're seeing out of Hill, that they're taking these big cuts. I mean, in all honesty, you're down a run. The point has to be move the runner.
I was about to say, the sun's now starting to creep onto the mound, but he's still in the sun.
In there for a strike, 1-2. As Hill takes a giant breath out there on the pitcher's mound. Sets up. And again, this is what I was talking about earlier, George. You don't see the Pios throw over very often. They don't want to take the risk.
We said they can turn a double play if they need it.
Cut on and miss, strike 3. So the first out here in the top of the 9th as Bowers goes down swinging for the second time. As next man up, and I like another one bites the dust being played by the local band down here to our left. Colby Avon just come in to catch. 2 for 2 with the double, 2 RBIs and a base on balls. That one gets away from the catcher momentarily on ball 1. 1-0 count. But again, you see the catcher very smartly keeping his body in front of everything, keeping the ball within playable distance, not allowing that runner to reach second base. That is the tying run on first. The wind and the pitch, high, 2 balls, no strikes. It almost looks to me from up here, Cam Hill's overthrowing that pitch. Just letting the count work him instead of him working the count. Hill checks the runner. Winds and delivers. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Dangerous territory again. You know a pitch is going to come in a hittable area. Does Avon have the go-ahead? The wind and the pitch. Right down the middle, and Avon held the bat on his shoulder. 3 balls, 1 strike. And now again. Coming back set. Cam Hill winds, delivers. Cuts on and missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. As both middle infielders ready to sprint for second base in the event a ball comes rolling out. The wind and the pitch from Hill. Cut on and fouled away. I was trying to see if it went into the catcher's glove there, but nope. 3-2 count one more time. Ball back in Cam Hill's capable hand. Hill looking in. Avon checking with his third base coach. The runner on first. Hand up to his mouth. The pitch thrown in there for strike 3. Ooh. The runner was going. And so, strike 3 count. And unfortunately, the runner moves from first to second.
We might have a pinch. Do we have a pinch hitter? Number 8 coming out. They had 3 guys standing in the on-deck circle.
As we take a look in.
I believe that's a pinch hitter.
I believe we may have a pinch hitter here.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Lefty on righty.
Julian Nomia?
Nomia.
You.
No idea.
Ujima.
He takes one for a strike.
Ujima takes a strike. Just trying to get this pronunciation down. So, Ujima.
With third man to bat in the 6th hole today.
As Cam Hill waits and watches. Runner on second. The wind. The pitch. In there for a strike. 0-2. Ujima. You can bet the bat won't stay on his shoulder here as Cam Hill looking to get out of this one. And a big lead up from the band. The wind, the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Hill gets set. He waits. Cam Hill gets the point from the umpire. He checks on the runner at second. He winds and fires. Swing and a miss! The Pioneers claim victory. 3 outs here in the top of the 9th. And there you hear it again, as Elmira going to take a 3-2 win. What a game. Woo. As the Elmira Pioneers, well, I'll tell you, George, they continue to impress here as they now move it to a 3 in a row in the win column.
How about the bullpen? 7 strikeouts and stranding 4 men on base, and then 3 strikeouts to end the game for Hill.
Unbelievable. As they complete it here, they shake hands at the center part of the infield. Well-deserving congratulations as the Elmira Pioneers take a 3-2 W out of a Sunday matinee.
Woo.
Huge congratulations to them, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And, of course, as always, want to give a huge thank you to my good friend George Stockberger for stopping over. Before we finish off here tonight, we're going to take one more look around the out-of-town scoreboard as the PGCBL just getting heated up, folks. In the top of the 9th, or excuse me, that was our score. Bottom of the 6th, Newark Pilots 4, Niagara Power 3. Top of the 7th, Auburn Doubledays 5, Watertown Rapids 2. Bottom of the 4th, Utica 9, Mohawk Valley 8. Pre-game, Oneonta and Glens Falls 0-0. Pre-game, Amsterdam and Saugerties 0-0. And a 5 o'clock game against the Geneva Red Wings, the Batavia Muck Dogs. We don't know. They don't have a score on there. So once again, I'm John Clement.
I'm George Stockberger.
Good night, Elmira.